Guys, welcome to City States of Klovisa. Backspace +, dash underscore close parenthesis, the God War. Everyone, how are you doing today?
Broke my keyboard.
Broke your keyboard?
Yeah.
Just now?
Yeah. A magnet came out.
Oh my god. So it's just all destroyed?
No. It's always done that. Like,
wait, how big is your keyboard?
Damn it.
Alright. That looks whatever. I'm not gonna question it. Guys, how are you all doing except for Alden? Let's just go down the list.
I'm doing good, John. Ready to play. I'm excited.
Julia, how are you doing? The balloon is still there.
Yeah.
It's only gotten slightly lower.
Yeah. It's gonna be there till it dies.
Oh my god.
Is it stuck to the wall or is the helium still in there?
It's on a chair.
But the helium still seems to be pushing it up a little bit.
Yep.
That's
no,
impressive.
It's still fine. It's gonna be there till it dies.
Jesus.
Aren't we all?
Inspiration.
Aren't we all?
Jesus. Temer with the freaking nihilist outlook. I respect it. Temer, how are you doing?
Oh, good. I can't complain.
Nice.
Thinking, yeah, nothing new. No worries.
Brood, how are you? I know food's on the way.
Food's on the way. I'll be better once it arrives. I'm tired.
You look a little tired. JC, I saved you for last. Oh, shit. I'm just gonna talk over Brood. Brood! Did you want to say something else?
I woke up at 6 in the morning because that's when I wake up for work, and then I was in a twilight of sleep and waking until about an hour ago. So now I'm here. So
nice. JC, what are you eating?
Cheesecake. Homemade.
Cheesecake. Homemade cheesecake. Ooh, we got a little chef on our hands.
No, it's made by my mommy.
Oh.
It's even better.
Well, there you go.
We should go rescue.
Once the Discovery team inevitably dies, just go rescue Meager's mommy. So. Alright. Guys, who wants to do the recap as I take a look at my notes?
Shit, I feel like I should do it, but hold on.
Yeah, do it.
I can't remember.
It's super simple.
Oh.
Pretty large fight.
Hold on.
Took most of the
So set the scene. It's nighttime. All of a sudden, a fight breaks out, but not actually. Wait, am I fucking up? No, I think we're good. Surprise! Everyone is like readying actions at this bush, and turns out it's just some boars, some cute little boars that are here to investigate us, right? Turns out that the boars are very interested in not talking because what they're saying is food, and they're kind of like approaching Revik and Coraline specifically, and Coraline's like, fuck this jazz, I'm going this way. And you know what's that way? A really, really big pig. And the pig is also saying food. Roll initiative. It was bloody. A lot of people went down. We figured out to start killing the little pigs before they turn into big pigs. That really helped a lot. Oh, by the way, little pigs turn into werepigs that are like immune to magic if they eat the mushroom stuff that we had. We made it out by the skin of our teeth, and Coraline had to crawl out of like a dissolving mess. But she killed the giant pig from the inside out, so that's good.
Helga finished it off, I think.
Helga finished it off. Yeah.
Only in theory.
We don't know if they actually die or not. And then we went up the river, crossed it, went back towards Destry. We ran into some people. Revik may or may not have committed a light war crime, but that's okay because we just like start beating the shit out of each other after that. And then Paradigm found more cocaine and fan fiction.
Yep.
And then I think we just go back to Tolst after that, and we talked to Just Mezza. We're like, look, we have biological war crops. And she's like, awesome, let's take that to Alakazam right now, and we put it in a thing that will not cause it to infect all of Tolst. And then we go over there, we drop it off with Moru, and then immediately we go back to Tolst, and we're like, all right, guys, like, level up time, and then whoosh, we're here. Except, actually, Paradigm has some stuff that you might want to tell us. I don't know. So.
Well, we'll get to that.
Well,
Guys,
we'll get to
it is the... Hang on. The 17th? I think?
I think.
I have a little dash mark. It's the 17th of April, also known as Spring Ascendance. You guys are in Tolst, beginning your long rest. For half of you. Question mark? Paradigm, Anchois, and Revik both have enough experience. The magical narrative substance that lets you level up. You have already done your level up mechanically. So we just need to do... What?
That's because you said they both.
You said both.
And then
but we're
Brood is
three.
like, 3 people? And I'm like, Revik doesn't count.
Revik is not a person. Revik's a vampire. All 3 of them, both. I'm still not used to 3 main surviving cast members, I guess, or 3 first characters.
We did it.
Congratulations on hitting level 6, but now you 3 have to go do activities on your own to figure out how to reach the next step of your ascension. If you guys have ideas on what you want to do for this week and accomplish that, I'm all ears, but in the meantime, we have Coraline, Helga, and Thatch, who have a special mini-mission that they have to complete. So I'm not sure how we're going to do this. Maybe we'll do, like, one character's level up, jump to the group, then go back to another person's level up, jump to the group, and alternate like that. Or we could just knock these 3 out immediately and just have them wait for an hour and a half. It's up to you guys. I think the second one's way funnier. So if we want to do that...
I think the first one makes a better story. But you're
I
right.
think so too. So who's ready to go first? Paradigm, Anchois, or Revik?
Go ahead. Yep.
Okay, sure. Sorry. So Revik is thinking about how he's got like these long gangly limbs, right? And how he's slowly becoming less and less frog-like. So just on a whim, he decides to jump 20 feet straight up into the air, comes back down and takes 2d6 falling damage. And he's like, ow, that really hurt. And he realizes that his legs are probably not meant to be doing that for much longer. And he's like, I should probably do something about that. And he is going to ask, is going to go to like the Tolst Armory, pick up a bunch of like camping supplies, and he's going to go to like this, there's like a little river near Tolst, and what he wants to do is he wants to kind of set up his own little triathlon over the course of the week, so that he can, you know, it starts with like climbing a tree, and then you jump down and hope not to take 2d6 falling damage, but sometimes you do. And then, you know, go for a little swim, try and keep that up. And then try and get used to these long, gangly arms. Because you got to understand, he used to be 3 feet tall. And now he's 5 feet, right? So his movement speed, which was 25, is now 30. So he's really just trying to grow into his limbs. And it's actually a lot of fun. He thinks that he might start CrossFit. And like he's not sure if he could get like, you know, vampires have a long time to live, so he's wondering if like maybe he can do like a multi-generational CrossFit, maybe a 24-hour I don't know, CrossFit. So
Instead of being like an artist or like a, you know, magic leech, you just become a gym enthusiast.
Yeah, it was like live long, live healthy, hydrate,
Yeah.
stay hydrated, carry 50 gallons of water, 5 gallons of water on your back at all times.
Yeah, 50 pounds.
And yeah, and sort of like in this way, kind of get a lot of people who are. He's not gonna prey on insecurities necessarily, but you know, if we can get enough people into that gym, then I'm sure Revit could kind of siphon off some of that excess pain and suffering instead of having to drink blood. So he's kind of like got a little booklet writing down what works, what doesn't work.
That is fair. It is gonna be the 24th when you conclude your little triathlon. But Revik, something during that week happens.
Uh-oh.
You just randomly, on one of the days when you're trying to go swimming, you feel the water start to burn your skin.
He immediately starts running for the land, and
Yeah.
I don't know. He takes a d6 of acid damage each turn.
It's something like that.
It makes it. Finally.
I assume you don't just dive in to the water, right?
That's what he's
Oh,
been
fuck.
doing the whole time.
Oh, you just jump 30 feet into the river?
Because the water used to be a safe place for him, and
Yeah.
now suddenly.
Just randomly, almost. Like, one day you go to sleep, the full moon glaring down upon you, with brilliant light seeming more beautiful than ever. And then, when you wake up the next morning for your daily swim, you jump in the river, and parts of your body start to wash away. You quickly get out, your skin is almost like massive amounts of dandruff with how much powder-like substance is just coming off of it. And as you continue to stare at this strange new bodily mechanic of yours, we're going to jump over to the other half of the team. Coraline, Helga, and Thatch, you are summoned. Parts of you want to take a long rest. Many of you want to keep on doing stuff. But for better or worse, half your team is AWOL due to training. You are summoned in the meantime by the Tyrant of Tulst himself, who you hear is becoming a very proficient ice skater, spending most of his weekends at the local ice rink. Coraline, you're there. Helga, you're there. Thatch, you are in the snack room with everyone else as John looks for his doobly-doo, his new music. I guess it doesn't really matter. Gentle ocean noise? No, fuck that. Wow. Okay, this playlist is way too long. There we go. You are summoned. Just the three of you. Is there anything you'd like to talk about, or should we just jump straight in?
I'm ready to jump straight in.
All right.
I'm good to go.
Steely
This was
eyes.
like right after we landed?
The day after, yeah. Or the night after. The Tyrant is there, his bodyguard's there, and there's this random dude there who seems kind of out of place. He has like a loose-fitting shirt on, as well as like pirate-like pants that just sort of parachute pants almost, that just jut outward around his ankles massively. He looks like he's straight out of the like early 70s of America Land, and he's just like rocking an afro, and he's like, "Yo,
Yo.
Hey.
T, is this the people? They're the ones getting me into Thorazor?" And the Tyrant's like, "Oh my god, Krun, can you just chill?" And this dude named Krun looks at you guys, looks at Thatch, the political hostage prisoner, ally, questionable. He's like, you're from Thorazor?
Yes, I am.
He just starts laughing like a maniac. And then the Tyrant will give you the rundown of your little mission here. Which I suppose we can do in character. Let's do that. Tyrant looks to you three. Political team. This is Krun. He is of the Smugglers Guild. He needs to go to Thorazor and begin setting up, I believe is the term. He needs to be made... Introductions need to be made. And who better to give them than... He points to Thatch. Our friend from Thorazor.
Sounds good. What is the purpose of this introduction?
Krun doesn't want to explain it because he's way too fucking cool. So the Tyrant will stare at him for a second, realize no answer's coming, and then give you guys the rundown, I suppose. So, the Smugglers Guild, what do we all know of them?
Nothing.
Apparently, they can't even smuggle their own people into a town.
Apparently not, no. The Smugglers Guild deals in contraband of the Confederation as a whole. They get supplies that are illegal in city-states individually, but, you know, on the wider scale may have legality within others, and smuggle them in, paying bribes, I suppose, to local governments to allow their merchandise to be sold at a premium. Thorazor is in desperate need of food. Legally, they cannot purchase food from Alkazen, who has it in massive stocks. This is the workaround that myself and a few associates have figured out. Rather than giving charity, which is what we wanted to do but was rejected by the Thorazorian government, we are instead going to use back channels provided by the Smugglers Guild and Mr. Krun Seafoy here.
There's no way the officials of Thorazor would accept charity. We're too proud of the people.
The Tyrant nods. All you have to do is introduce him to someone of a similar mind. I believe Falzmalek, your strategic advisor, Thatch, who brought you here, would be the best person to speak with. He seems like a very like-minded and amicable figure when it comes to solving problems.
I can make those introductions.
Good. While you're there, I mean, your team's not going to be... They're doing a long rest, I hear it's called. Perhaps use this as an opportunity to visit friends and family.
It'll be good to go home. Even if only for a while.
The Tyrant nods. And as Krun is more or less given nonverbal permission to approach you, Thatch, and wrap a friendly arm around your shoulder and walk you out of the room as he begins to question you about proper customs and what sort of restrictions and checks might be committed to foreigners. He's going to walk you out of the room and leave Coraline and Helga with the Tyrant for a moment. Coraline, Helga.
Yep.
Captain?
I heard about what happened in Destry. The big pig thing.
It was nothing. Minor inconvenience.
Okay.
Sure.
Also, if you have a better armor for Helga or some boots that make her go running fast, that would help.
I'm okay. I'm good. I like my armor.
You got grabbed. You almost got eaten.
You got eaten.
Yes, but I survived. I can get eaten easy and crawl out through the busted brains of our enemies. That's what I do.
A specialist.
I could probably get eaten as well.
The tyrant just looks at this comedy bit between you two. Smirking, I suppose.
Does he really smirk?
No, he doesn't. Not at all.
No, I mean under his mask?
Yeah, not at all.
Okay.
To Helga, it looks like he's smirking. Or at least enjoying this, but he's just like staring blankly forward, like waiting for you both to be finished. How was Thatch in combat? Was he dead weight? We were worried about his knees.
He was good, as far as I could tell. I mean, I'm not sure. I think the only issue was his weapons. I think he was good.
I see.
Yes, his sword didn't do anything versus the big ones. The little boss he was able to put down quite easily, but the big ones, they weren't doing very much.
I see.
Mine eyes either, but I guess you can't have everything.
Well, I am told that the City of Blinding Lights has many magical hammers that they can just apparently buy off the street. Igor from the raiding team, he recently purchased a mall of magical significance down there. So if you have spare funds, perhaps visit that. And Revik...
The purse is a little light these days, but we'll keep on the lookout.
He nods. And Revik, what of him? What you two think of your newest associate?
He's got this wonderful sword, very fine edge, and Ribbit was, he used it pretty well. I mean, Revik? Revik, Helda?
Revik.
Right,
It's
right.
Revik.
Revik. Yes, he used it quite well. For a frog, he was quite good. He kept the boars busy while Elga took down the giant boar. They were not
Never
as
met a
useless
frog
as I
before.
expected.
He seems chill. Good fighter, I think.
Are both of you aware of what he is? Or what he's
Pale?
becoming? Not just pale, Helga.
Oh, no.
His previous team knew this already, and it is no secret within the task force, but Revik is becoming a vampire.
Okay,
Like
I'm
in
gonna
the
need
fan fiction?
crosses, garlic, running
I'm
water.
sorry, what was that, Helga?
Like in the fan fiction, like Paradigm's fan fiction. I read it.
Yes.
It's great.
Like the fan fictions.
Cool.
Keep an eye on him. We don't know, well, his... And he like, pauses to do the quotations. Ascendancy of his may have serious side effects. If he becomes a threat to his own team, it's going to be up to all of you to stop him from murdering you. Hopefully it won't come to that. But
Perhaps with that in mind, perhaps we should take away his weapons and redistribute them to other people in the group. And, if an emergency occurs, we can give them back.
your greed is as transparent as you think it is, Coraline. For now,
I'm just trying to think of the team.
the sword is his. It was his friend Zero's last weapon that he used before he was brutally murdered in Maelstrom. Oh well. The tyrant pauses for a second, thinks for another moment, and then looks to you both. Is there anything you wish to say to me? I have to go fucking ice skating again.
That sounds fun.
Better
No.
you than me.
Alright. The tyrant slowly stands up. Seemingly, like, seeming tired, really. And he just sort of leaves the room with his bodyguard, and you guys can go find Thatch, get on an airship, and begin heading to Thorazor.
Again, did he actually seem tired under the illusion?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Are we able to do a little shopping
Sure.
and equipping before we go to Thorazor? First thing I'm going to do is I've heard tale of +1 longswords
Yes.
lying around the keep, and I'm going to go to the armory after I'm done talking with Krun and giving him all the information about customs and things of that nature, and I'm then going to go try to procure myself a +1 longsword, because I don't want to be in that fight again without a magical weapon.
There is a homunculus, a faceless mannequin person, who just asks you to sign your name and what you're taking out. You know, they're not going to let you just walk out with 5 +1 longswords, but you do have access to them.
I'll take a +1 longsword. What else do they have there, John? Just out of curiosity.
Fucking nothing. The rest of the entire parties have snatched everything, including yours, which took the only pair of goggles of night.
Damn right.
Yeah, fine.
We
So
did take like 4 of them.
Oh, hang on. Wait a minute. Stuff was given to it. Oh no, this is Arvo's research ship. Never mind.
I want that flail back.
Yeah, there is +2 arrows that can be made, but they cost money currently. I really need to get a full-on spreadsheet down. No one's really discovered large hordes of magical items and then just fucking dump them off. Everyone's sort of greedily holding on to whatever they find.
We have the power.
Found one.
What player would greedily hold on to magical items? That doesn't make any sense.
Exactly.
I also would like to, now that I know I'm going to Thorazor, I know I'm going to get a chance to visit some family, and I'm going to go looking for some books. Are there books available for sale?
Of course. You're in Tulst. What kind of legends, myths, fantasies, science fictions, histories? What
I'm
sort
looking
of
for
books?
textbooks, actually. I'm looking for something on engine mechanics
Oh.
and anything involving flight or aircraft design.
Let me roll some dice. That is something Tulst is actually not too skilled in. Weapons making, there are so many unique crafters here, but they're not like industrious. It's all like family run stuff, like family run blacksmiths, workshops, stuff like that. That being said, I mean, it's a civilian market, right? What were the 2 ones you wanted? The
Engine mechanics, anything involving flight or aircraft design.
Okay. You go down to a local library, and you are able to find such things. Basically, how to make an airship for dummies, and it's just like 10,000 page tomes, like volume 1, 2, and 3.
10,000 page tomes, huh?
Yes, they are massive. Just sorting through them, you can see, like, this explains, page by page, how to build an airship. Every single aspect of it.
I will ask the librarian if they are for sale.
Are you willing to bribe her? He went to a public library.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking for things to pick up and purchase and take with me to Thorazor. But if that ends up not being the case, then I will go back to the non-fiction section and look for stories of people of great learning.
People of great learning? Like what? Like,
as in stories of like a great scientist or a great
Oh,
author or a great
okay.
artist. I'm not looking for. I'm very specifically not looking for warriors or heroes. I'm looking for people of intelligence.
There is a Lich of Mathematics. If you wish to go get his autobiography, they do have a few dozen copies of that book. Seems like no one would miss them if you just slipped them under like your shirt or something and walked out with them.
Yeah, I'll take those.
Okay.
How much do they weigh?
All of them? How many
No,
do you
I
want?
want two.
You want two? Each one is 2 pounds, we'll say.
Okay.
Hefty
Autobiography
tomes.
of the Lich of Mathematics. Got it.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, how much was that again? I was semi-paying attention, even though I asked you. How many pounds?
2. And you just walk out. No one cares. Nobody cares about the Lich of Mathematics. Poor guy. And as you take the tome out, Krun, having followed you in secret, watching your shitty thievery, he busts out one of the Volume 1 tomes, these 10,000-page, 20-pound book, and just gives it to you. From me to you, my new friend Thatch. Take the tome. Take it.
I'll take the tome. I'll take the tome.
Okay. With Krun's bribe given and accepted, you guys can make your way onto Thorazor. And now we gotta jump to either Anshua or Paradigm.
Yeah, sure, I'll go. So I spend my time this week just basically trying to learn my spells. Number one, I take a bucket, fill it with water. I'm like, this is never gonna happen again. Me, my friends will never drown. My poor captain, Mokapuni captain, in the ocean again. And I stick my head in the bucket, and I come up choking, like, it's not working. Keep doing it until I figure out I can feel, if I fill my lungs completely, like completely without thinking, I can do it. Can breathe underwater.
I'm assuming you took the breathe underwater spell and casted this upon yourself?
Yes, exactly. This is my training to get it.
Oh, okay.
We find Antoine dead in his room.
Yeah,
in a
bucket of water.
Poor
Someone's just-
bastard tries to breathe underwater. We see it all the time.
Ozark's just pointing and laughing at your corpse.
Yeah.
These Mokapunians, they think they can do it all.
You are able to cast the spell now. And yes, you have to intake your entire lungs filled with water before it will actually start to do its job. Every time you do this, you have to go through the process of drowning. It is an awful experience. It's terrible. And then after, 20 minutes or so, it's kind of bearable. It's not, like, the best thing. The worst part about this, though, for you wizards, is the fact that while your lungs are filled with water, you cannot project the verbal components of spells. John looked through the list of verbal component spells, or non-verbal component spells. There is not a lot of them.
Booming Blade, I think I have.
Booming Blade is one of the few ones, yeah. It's
And Absorb Elements, I think, is one of the other good ones.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, that's a good one. I don't have
Projecting
it,
a little bit there.
Antoine, what else do you do this week?
I just think after every session of trying to breathe underwater, I go to my small library that I'm building up, and I just think about Alonso, and I'm like, man, where are you, pal? And I kind of think that message, I wish I could say, hey, thanks for saving Corlene. You did what we failed in 25 words or less. I wish, where are you?
Can you click the sending spell that you took during your level up?
Yes, exactly. You read between the lines. Good job.
Yes. It's like you told me. Where is it? Show us it! Click it!
Click it, yes, okay. Boom.
Boom. You send a short message of 25 words or less to a creature with which you are familiar. The creature hears the message in its mind, recognizes you as the sender if it knows you, and can answer in a like manner immediately. The spell enables creatures with intelligence scores of at least 1 to understand the meaning of your message. Wow. You could do this to an ooze. Just fuck with it. You can send the message
you a
across
slimy one?
any distance and even to other planes of existence, but if a target is on a different plane than you, there's a 5% chance that the message doesn't arrive. You cast your spell thanking Mr. Alonso profusely. And what would he say? JC is not allowed to answer this.
John, I sent you a private message just in case. Just read it.
Where is it?
It should be right above 1, 2.
Sorry,
3,
I forgot I have a game tonight, and we use Discord for our voice.
No, not on Discord. On Roll20.
On Roll20? Oh. I don't have that
learns
open.
what Discord is.
What is this Discord?
Extra dimensional indeed.
Alonzo makes vague apologies that he can't be there to hit on Helga and the new Coraline, who he hears he would like to meet properly.
Good lord.
What a nice way of saying that.
The thirsty little goblin is trapped in the Forge of Alvin, unfortunately.
As he should be.
Where he belongs.
And I
so how do you hit level 6 now that we know how you have access to these spells?
I basically I was gonna say I read on the books I stolen from the pyramid about one Phil's wet spots. I'm just thinking where he is, and 2 I look over Finn's diary, and this is what's happening while I'm kind of upping my abilities, my wizardness.
Okay. So combining books from wizards ahead of you on the wizard ladder, as it were, you figure out a way forward in your own circles, in your own learning, on your way to higher spellcraft. Finn's diary.
Oh, yes.
Where did you get Finn's diary from? Was that a
Got it
Mokapuni?
from Paradigm. Paradigm literally gave it to me.
Mm-hmm. No, I gave you your mentor's diary.
It's not my mentor. Finn wasn't my mentor.
No, it was fucking what's her name? Or what's his name? John remembers. Fucking the old witch doctor. It wasn't Finn's diary I gave you. I gave you that person's.
Akama.
Wasn't he
Akamu.
Akamu, yeah, I gave you that person's diary.
Yeah,
oh, okay.
Finn was not.
He was complaining about Finn.
Yes, he complained about Finn. Akamu does not like Piddle's wet spot or Finn. Akamu is also not a wizard. So I guess you read Piddle's wet spot's diary.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or his books. I have 3 of his books.
Give me an Arcana check.
More. 3 more of his books.
Okay.
Well, I took history, unfortunately, proficiency instead of Arcana. For some reason, I thought that would be important. For some reason.
A wizard who doesn't understand magic.
I might ask.
Just trying to suck in as much water as possible. You have reached another level, allowing you to read further into Piddle's wet spot's diary, Antoine. And this one is rather, I suppose, disturbing in a sense, as he begins to put pen to the thoughts that he has had about his mission in killing your homeland, your island itself. The moral justifications that his party members are, like, giving him of trying to enslave this island are, in his mind, immediately rebuffed. If this island wishes to die, then clearly it is up to us to facilitate that death. He, I suppose, contemplates on the best ways of neutralizing his party, and he speaks of Syl and the unreliability that he believes the Warlock to have. It finally trails off with, I have spoken with Randy, and he has informed me of one last thing I could do to potentially help this place. And then it kind of ends there.
Oh, he said something to Randy said something to him. One last thing to help this place.
With these mysteries and your spells, you reach level 6, and we jump back to the other half of the political team, who are traveling to Thorazor. Or should I say, have arrived in Thorazor. Let's go to my new map, guys.
New map.
New map. Welcome to Thorazor, everybody. It is beautiful. It is massive. Is the scaling correct? Nope. Oh, yes, it is. Nice. You guys are on a transport airship. Not under Vitol's colors, but a completely civilian merchant ship. Filled undoubtedly with supplies that this Krun wishes to peddle off of. It is being escorted in the air by interceptors, these metal two-wing biplanes, or not even two-wing, or they're not biplanes at all, they're just planes that dog and accelerate past and then, like, even out with and just sort of follow this unarmed transport airship to a local airship station. You arrive in Thorazor proper. Over here in this tower. You guys will notice all the cool names, because Thorazor named all their villages and places. They don't... Like, why wouldn't you? Like, what? Why does Destry not have names for any of their locations? Thatch, as you are kind of pushed to the front, the political hostage, as it were, you will see a, I suppose, team? An assorted band of somewhat, what's it called? What's the term? Emaciated soldiers who have come to investigate your landing. And one of them recognizes you. Thatch!
Yes. Hey, Corporal.
Yes, it is the Corporal himself, whose name
do you have a name for him, or do you want me to name him?
Hey, chat. Hey, chat, you want to name an NPC?
Ask Temerbot.
Okay.
You can't ask open questions. It's yes or no only.
Oh, shit.
How about Tiles?
That would be amazing.
Tiles? Corporal Tiles.
Thatch roof, tile roof.
Oh my god.
I like it.
I like it.
We'll go
I like it.
Tiles.
Corporal Heisen Tiles shows up, and he's like, Thatch! What?
Corporal.
What are you doing?
We're here to visit the city.
Did they send you off to, like, do a suicide mission or something?
Well, like most of the suicide missions they send us, I made it back, of course.
Of course.
How are you, though?
This...
Good.
this man who's a little thin around the waist, but wearing splint mail, comes up and hugs you like a brother, Thatch.
I return the hug.
Yeah, his weakened grasp is noticeable immediately. And...
So tell me.
Yeah.
How was it here on Thorazor? How was it at home?
You've only been gone, like, 3 weeks, haven't you?
I know, but it feels like a long time.
Maybe we shouldn't be having this discussion right here. You should go speak with your aunt.
Okay, I'll do so, and then I'll make sure I find you before we head back out.
He nods his head.
As we walk out, can I reach into a pocket and shake his hand and slip him a quick ration?
Why is this so
Here is 2 pounds of food in your hand.
Because there's a bunch of people around us, and I don't want people knowing that I have lots of food on me.
Well, you're gonna be beaten to the punch, because Krun's way of sort of introducing himself to the city is literally taking, like, these MRE packages en masse and just throwing them to people and, like, off the side of the airship station. Like, he doesn't even give a fuck. He's like...
MREs?
Yeah, basic. Just packaged food that can be... You just add a little bit of water and just... you know, it's not great, but for a starving town, fuck it, right? Like, and there's more where that came from, he shouts out.
I grab Krun and pull him along and make him start moving. As we move, I'll be like, Krun, that's not the greatest of ideas. This city is starving.
Yes! You seem a little bit angry. Did you skip on lunch? And he's just trying to, like, shove an MRE into your mouth as you're chastising him.
I will stop him and be like, what happens when everybody realizes that you have food?
We sell it to them.
Okay.
Duh.
Best of luck. I'll pull him along.
Yes, you pull him along, and your ship is being boarded and investigated for contraband, as it were.
Wonderful. Well, I'm glad we're off it already.
Indeed. Coraline, Helga, what are you two doing as Thatch just fucking manhandles your guy you're supposed to be escorting?
I'm going to steer Helga to hang back a little bit more so we can kind of pretend not to be with them.
Man, but I really wanted to help him throw those food packages. Can I just throw a couple? Looks fun.
But it's going to take attention to us. I don't think that's the point.
Man, I know you're right, but I want to do it.
Oh, fine. If anyone complains, I'll just stab them. Just make it quick.
Helga just grabs 2 food packages and just throws them off the edge and then goes back to be with Coraline.
One of the guards is just, like, looking at you two, like, why? And you guys can head to the keep, I suppose, where you know, Thatch, your technical superior is staying within. You were kind of on loan from the military by this... I mean, he's a foreign advisor who is politically effective enough to, like, be at his position. You know how, like, Jafar in Aladdin is, like, this visor dude, and he has no, like, real authority, but his guidance and insight give him much influence over the ruling class here. And
he's the one that knows things, and he's the one that gets shit done.
Yes. The city streets, Helga and Coraline, are terribly abandoned. It appears that nearly 90% of the people who could live here are just not living here. Thatch, you know most people are living out in the countryside right now, because at least there they can forage for stuff. Thorazor, this heavy industrial center now, is just, like, filled with people, like, essential employees who work in factories. That and, like, a couple military people just to keep an eye on things. Meaning that all of the food that just got thrown out into the streets is just sort of crashed there and has been made a mess of. Just complete waste.
Well, at least the masses won't be churning up the ramp to the ship to steal everything out of it.
Yep. The corporal will sort of wave you guys away as they go to interrogate the captain. And Krun is just like, wow, that was kind of weird. I mean, I heard that, you know, people are starving here, but they didn't, like, stab me for all of my rations that I have jangling in my backpack. He says, jangling his backpack.
Show more prudence, Mr. Krun, if you're around more people.
Okay.
Food is very valuable here. More valuable than the money in your pockets.
I severely doubt that, he says. And you can lead him to the keep. And as you guys head to the keep, we're going to jump to Paradigm real fast.
Joy.
Paradigm?
What the fuck? Yes.
It's sometime during the week. It's time for your level up. You already have used your blink spell. We're going to say
I've
that
already used it?
You learned it and immediately used it. Learned a lot. You can speak with someone about it. We are starting from that moment sometime before your long rest is over.
Yeah, the scene sets with Paradigm blinking in and out of reality as he finally blinks back into reality and stabilizes there, puffing and puffing very slowly as his body cannot move any faster than something will allow it to. And he will, once he catches his breath, try and make it to Ozark as fast as he can.
You trot. One of the Ozark simulacrums is just like playing coconuts behind you as you try to go find Ozark simulacrum.
Beautiful. Do I find an Ozark simulacrum? That's...
Yeah, he's right behind you with coconuts in his hands.
Okay. Yeah. Ozark.
Yes?
So, I finally managed to cast Blink.
Oh?
And...
What'd you see beyond the veil? It's different every time a wizard goes over there.
Absolutely nothing.
Exactly.
Have
you not unlocked your wizard eye?
No. Apparently I have not.
Unfortunate.
I now seem to understand that there's two halves to magic that we use here.
Oh.
The arcane, which the fast-moving fireball magic.
You can skip the fundamentals with me, child. I'm the Lich Wizard for a reason.
Understood.
But the audience wants exposition.
Too bad, they can get it in the Word documents.
Paradigm exclaims, "It's not in the Word documents."
Exactly. Ozark laughs menacingly.
But could I make my own spell, knowing what kind of magics there are and what goes into them?
Oh, my sweet summer wizard. In theory, yes. But your... Wizards who begin to craft their own spells have a habit of exploding. In a very... We call it gore bombs, but... It is a very volatile thing to do. Especially when you have... I mean, you're not even on your 4th circle yet, child. Like, what happens when you absorb too much arcane energy and it fills yourself beyond your pool? It's just gonna make your body explode.
There.
You should...
I want to make doorways to these... there has to be more than just the other side of that veil.
Of course there is. But
I want
punching
to make-
holes through reality is a very good way of also exploding, or being sucked into a place you don't... Well, you won't be able to escape from, because it won't have air to breathe.
Yeah, I encountered that problem in the ethereal one.
Oh, you went to the ethereal plane.
Well, yeah, I cast Blink.
Oh. Well, I don't know Blink. It's kind of a pointless spell for me.
Yeah. Fair
Well,
enough.
it was just dark.
It was just dark, no light. I don't. There might have been light. It just wasn't moving fast enough for me to see it.
Oh. Well, that makes sense. Yeah. So, alright.
All right then. I want to see other dimensions.
Why?
Why not?
Well, I mean, you could look all you want, right? I mean, go look
I wanna go
outside
to
during the
them also.
night, right?
But I want to be able to go to them and use them.
Same here, buddy. And he pats your horse flank.
Cool. I see this wasn't as helpful as I had hoped.
I mean, what do you want from me?
I don't know, guy. Any form of insight? Have you been to anything other than the ethereal? I know you were born in an arcane sinkhole.
I have seen many. And who told you that? He says, glaring. This being a common thing that he often brags about. Which... The bipolarity of this creature is very comical, but also sends mixed messages to my players. Look, if it was as easy as wanting to go someplace, many other people would have turned our world into an even more magical hellscape than it already is. I would suggest you temper your expectations and look before you leap. Because you can only be born out of an arcane sinkhole once, just as you can only jump into an arcane sinkhole once.
Fair enough. Well, then let me ask you this. Do you know how shade moves around?
In theory. But you might as well just ask him. Whenever you say his name, he usually shows up. So he's probably
I
like...
look out of the corner of my eye.
Yeah, give a perception check.
Oh, with joy.
Yeah, he's right
Yeah,
there.
go ahead. Oh.
He's
like
just hanging
actually
out.
him?
Yeah. So you're like high up, so I guess it kind of looks like he's sitting like or leaning over on your flanks right now. So when you start spinning, to like, you're like, is this shadow riding me? What the fuck?
Huh? Oh, shade. Hi. That's my flanks.
He looks at you. Or I guess
So-
is present.
So, Shade. How exactly is it you do that? How do you go everywhere so quickly?
And it leaves immediately.
Cool. Glad. Love it.
Did he just leave on you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We call his type Delver's paradigm. They're creatures that can naturally go about places normal people like us. He gives you a big wink. Normal people like us can't go to. You could say it's like a unique trait that he was born or cursed with. There are a few others here.
But he always appears like a shadow instead of just himself.
Yes, I believe that is... His is very weird. You understand that the planes are kind of like a club sandwich almost, right? Where you like layer them and they can sort of interact with one another, but some are like farther away and some are just right there and look, man, magic's fucking crazy. What can I tell you? But you should be careful.
What he does.
Because I'm pretty sure if I got sucked into whatever place that That guy can travel through. Like, I'm gonna be trapped there till someone breaks me out.
Interesting. I might still try. And then Paradigm walks off to go try and see the Tyrant.
You can go look for the Tyrant. It's during a long rest, so he has a like 45% chance of being found in an ice skating rink right now.
Oh no, am I gonna have to ice skate?
No. You can find him in the Tyrant's court.
Damn.
Just dealing with people. Looking more and more tired and frustrated.
Ah. Not enough negative emotions to eat, I see.
You mumble under your breath as he deals with other people.
I just wave at him. I don't
You
like
wave
try
at him.
to get in the way of it. Actually,
Yeah, there's like a queue in front of him. There always is. Some business person wanting to yell at him. Some local city official asking for further resources. Just
I'll just pipe
boring
up.
stuff.
Hey, Tyrant, could I talk to you about something?
Yes, thank you. I will be right back. And he just fucking takes the first excuse and walks out his chair. His metal throne that looks so foreboding. And everyone's like, what? And he's like, I'm on lunch break. And he goes to talk with you.
So, Tyrant, you're looking...
Keep walking. Get out of the hall. They're gonna follow.
Yeah, we'll keep walking. We'll just walk with him till whatever room we go to.
You guys just keep
Assumedly.
walking. You just don't stop. There's no rooms.
So,
you're west winging it now, Paradigm.
You seem like a lot more exhausted than I've ever seen you.
Yeah.
Everything going all right there.
Ice skating takes a massive toll on one's body. You probably should not do it for 1,000,000 hours a day. Or what
I
it
look
feels
at
like.
my hooves and tell him I don't think I could if I wanted to.
He doesn't say anything. Is he jealous? Maybe. Does he wishes he have hooves instead? No. He likes his feet.
But so what I actually wanted to ask you. So on my map, I've started noticing whenever we go to cities, there's a mark that denotes a seat of power. What exactly is that?
You know, that's a very good question. From my understanding of it, you know, I don't know where they originate from, but they just are. And if you claim one, or if you own one, I'm not sure how it works in the claiming. I mean, I own one. I guess it's like a... You know, when you're playing like a game and there's like an achievement to like do, like say you're playing a board game and you're like, I'm not going to attack anyone in this war game and still win, and then you do. It's kind of like that, and people or things really will just come and seek you out to speak with you. Or you could do the opposite and go speak with other things. Do you know what an elemental is?
Yes, Antoine doesn't stop talking about his.
Yeah, well, when I first got the Pillar of Authority, you know, made it mine from Ozark, I had to go speak with all of the elementals around it to, like, inform them that, like, hey, I'm the new leader of Tolst. You know, don't fuck with me. And they didn't really communicate back. They didn't say anything, but... Like, one made a pool under my feet, as if, like, a gift of water. But, I mean, it was... I had nothing to do with it, but... it was like a show, I suppose? A, like, token of appreciation? It was weird.
They may have given you the actual authority of the seat of power?
I mean, what is power, right? Or what is authority, even? It's just... getting everyone's permission to have you tell them what to do.
But there has to be something more to it if people seek you out because you have this. Some people have to understand what it is, or some right?
It's just another thing of this world. Just like a intrinsic property that we have to deal with. And people want it because other people have it. Maybe it's magical in a way. I have found no use for it other than people constantly arriving in my court and begging me for other shit.
So it's nothing more than just a
It's
medal
power.
on your chest.
Yeah, basically.
Interesting.
It's not like I'm changing the environment in any way. I'm not like... Well, I am growing the pillar, but... That's just so I can style on Ozark a little.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Do you think Cantalar has a seat of power in it?
Undoubtedly. If what I know from it, most cities, if not all cities, have one. That's why there's so few cities in the world.
Interesting. And it's more than likely empty at the moment, considering, you know,
Yeah.
it's destroyed. What if we could bring Cantalar back?
I'd rather not.
Why?
Cantalar was a seat of power, undeniably. They made the Confederation, right? I don't want to deal with the bureaucracy of them. Them blowing up, I mean, I went to go save their people and, like, eventually get over half of them here. But their government was corrupt as all hell. Like, they called their Archon the Blood Baron. He was ousted because of a civil war and his treatment of demi-humans to appease the Ugarestian interests within his city.
Interesting.
Yeah, I have no, like, his entire cabal was based around just trading money. He squashed other city-states from growing. Well, the city itself has a history of just, like, I'm not going to get into it. They're gone. I have no interest of reviving that desert hellhole. And, I mean, natural gas is cool and all. We're powered by hydroelectric power. So, we're good.
But the thing is, the seat of power will always be there, and at some point, someone new will have it.
It might, or it might fade away.
Fair enough.
Tulsa was, I guess it's kind of built on ruins, but unimportant ones. Tulsa gained a seat of power when Ozark took it. These things grow, they fall, they get shifted around. I, in theory, can move mine. I have no reason to, or want to, but...
And what if we could move Cantalar's and make something new and not disgusting?
If it's still around, it's still around, and, you know, we'll go fucking ninja loot it then, but... Right now, I am too busy, and our forces are too spread to even begin doing this. Once we have consolidated the north, we can begin looking southward. The Thors are still at war with Alcazan. The Isles of Flavor is still a massive humanitarian crisis that I can't turn a blind eye to. And Destry's in literal civil war right now.
Fair enough. Well, I was just curious as to what a sea of power was.
Shit. Same here, man. If there's more to it than just the badge and the hordes of unwashed masses bothering me, I will tell you. You will be the first person on my list to inform.
I guess. Alright, I guess I'll let you, get back to the fun?
I'm gonna keep
Or you
walking.
wanna keep,
I'm just
or you
gonna
wanna
keep going.
hiding?
I'm gonna keep walking. Yeah.
You know, do you really need an excuse to get away from You could just walk away at any time.
Yeah, I could, but then I kind of look like an asshole, so
Alright.
it's about image.
Well, I'm gonna go ask Ozark to throw psychic spells at me now. Try and teach
Oh,
myself a new
cool.
spell.
And he will go and watch that happen.
As Paradigm learns Intellect Fortress.
Yes, a very good spell. Other than having a new, I suppose, perspective on life, how does Paradigm hit level 6?
I mean, learning that there's two sides to magic other than just fast fireball, lightning bolt.
Mm-hmm.
The idea that healing spells are comprised of a completely different type of essence. That's a pretty big wizard thing, I'd say. I think.
No.
I don't know.
I will accept this as you fuck off and we go back to the other 3 members of the political team. Political team, you are standing within a castle of sorts. It is new, it is furnished with modern goods, no magical sources anywhere. This is purely made out of stone and powered by electricity. It is rather scant of people right now, but as you make your way to this dude called Falsmalek, is there anything you guys want to talk about?
Satch, is there anything we need to know about an audience with this Falsmalek?
Careful what you say. He is the one that knows all the goings of the city and has more power than he should. Let's be wary of what information we pass along. Remember, our missions with Tolst are secret. I will be sharing some information about Destry, however. Please let me take the lead on it and fill in where you think is necessary.
All right. How is his reputation or relationship with the leaders?
That's an excellent question, John.
I'm sorry, what was the question?
What is the relation of Falsmalek with the other leaders of Thorazor?
I
know that he's a wizard advisor. I know that he's there as kind of somewhat mouthpiece / master of spies / something of that.
Yeah, he's a weird dude. Thatch would not know at all.
Corlin was more asking, like, is he on the same faction as the leaders, or is he part more of a, like, the opposition kind of thing, that kind of relationship?
He is paid.
If Thatch would know that.
He is, like, hired to fulfill this role.
Okay.
He is considered apolitical, despite performing several political tasks. He's not even from Thorazor. He wasn't born here. He was hired from a small province known as True Milk, which is north of Alcazan and south of Tolst by a little bit, without being in either domain. And you can arrive. He has an office. He does not have, like, a cool room or, like, war room. He literally just has an office that is just crowded with, like, folders and cabinets that are all wizard locked. He is he's actually incredibly tall. He is 6'6", of dark complexion, black hair, kind of greasy hair right now too. He probably hasn't bathed in a while, and he doesn't have prestidigitation, so he can't really wizard clean himself. He looks somewhat haggard, but he has this incredibly beautiful twirling mustache that goes out for maybe 2 feet on each side of his face. And he looks between the cross of a sad and madman as he greets you. Thatch, you've arrived.
Does he have a title, John?
He is known as Advisor. That's it.
Okay. Then I will say, Hello, sir. Yes, I've arrived.
Just
I bring
on
with
time.
me a man named Krun.
Ah, Krun! He reaches his hand out to the dude, this greasy oil snakesman, who just, like, slips past you and immediately shakes Thalsmalek's hands. They will immediately begin talking about something, and look back to you real quick. What do you three know about what's happening here? And also, what happened in Destre?
Yes. Through work with Tolst, we have been able to determine that there is something happening in Destry, to the southwest of what's the guy's name again?
Duke Aldrich.
Thank you. To the area around Duke Eldrich's estate. We have come across information that they are growing something. Some type of mushroom, some type of fungus, and they seem to be mass producing it and turning it into grain. However, it is dangerous. Deadly.
What? What do you mean? How deadly is it?
We came across creatures in the forest. And when one of those creatures consumed some of the grain, it turned into a intelligent creature. It was a boar. Turned into an intelligent boar that spoke with us, taunted us, and attacked us.
What the fuck?
I agree.
Alright, hold that thought. This 6'4" guy, or 6'6" guy, just grabs his desk, throws it to the wall in a feat of strength, and just sprints past all three of you.
I will follow him.
You follow him. What's your movement speed? This guy's hauling at 50 feet for 6 seconds.
Well, I'm super encumbered, so like 20 feet.
Alright.
I've got like one sack over each shoulder, and my backpack is full, and I'm just like kind of like trundling along behind him. They're like, Coraline, Helga, hurry!
Got it! I'm also chasing after him.
You chase after him.
Yes, coming!
He casts
Coraline
Expeditious Retreat and just fucking books it.
I'll yell after him. Sorry, forgot to introduce my compatriots. By the time I say that, I'm sure he's gone.
Yeah, he's fucking gone. Coraline, what's up?
Coraline, quick look at the stuff on the desk, on the floor, see if there's anything valuable.
Yeah, make an investigation check. As Krun also does the same, producing a foldable crowbar, and it's just about to try to break it. Oh, okay. Unfortunate. Let's see if Krun can, he can't do this at advantage. He cannot break the wizard lock either. He rolled a 10. So you just watch Krun just trying to, like, jimmy open a magically locked container while everyone's back was turned, Coraline, and you just go through his desk immediately and try the drawers. But apparently Thalsmalek keeps his stuff, professionally contained. We'll call it.
Magical locks, they can't be picked, right?
No, you need to... maybe. I don't know how 5e does it.
Does Coraline have an understanding of Arcana in any way?
Are you
I have
Arcana
wizard
proficient?
spells.
Are you Arcana
I don't.
proficient? Okay.
No.
Then you probably don't even recognize this as an arcane lock, which is keeping it closed.
Okay, I'll quickly take out my thieves' tools and try.
Yeah. You give me a check
Okay.
as I look up what wizard lock.
Never mind.
All right.
Don't worry about it, John.
No, we're not
Don't
going to
worry
worry
about
about it then. As you and Krun both look at each other, thieves of a common sort, he quickly folds close his crowbar and puts it in his sleeve. He's like, well, let's go chase them. And he begins chasing after you guys. Thatch and Helga after the fucking flying. A flying wizard.
Right. I'm gonna go to the area of the city that has food storage, because I imagine that's exactly where he's running. If I lose sight of him, if I can keep sight of him, I'll follow.
You can find him in a communication room, and you follow his trail of like somewhat stunned people, and like random, you know, workers who spend their time in this castle/office building, and just find him shouting into a communicator system, like, "Don't let them give you food!" Just screaming his head off. And then he'll just, like, slowly put down the communicator and look back to you guys after a little while. What are you guys typing?
Ignore the beeping in the background, John.
I don't have the beeping. I'm just watching the scroll bar move.
Maybe like another 30 seconds later, you'll see Helga. I'm sure is already there. You'll see like Thatch huffing and puffing. Like they already delivered grain to the city, didn't they?
Not the city. And he puts down the communicator. The comms dude, who's just, like, supposed to be watching this room, is just, like, leaning back in the chair, like, away from this massive and quick-moving wizard. And he's just like, "Can I help you?" And immediately Thasmalek will just backhand him across the face. And he's like, "Ah!" Shay El Shay has been receiving gifts, I suppose, from Destry. We have quarantined them now, or we should send a military unit there, actually. we need to escalate this if this is as bad as you say it is. Transmorphication? What happens when you eat the stuff? Was this just pigs? Was this human? And you can give him the rundown of what you saw.
Yep.
Or experienced. Helga and Coraline probably would keep stuff to themselves, but I don't know if Thatch would.
I purposely haven't said anything about our mission. I've let slip that we've ran into stuff in the woods, but I haven't had any specifics.
Why through your teeth? He wants specifics. He wants to know where this village is, where he can send his own spies to investigate, how he can scry on it. He needs as much information as you can give him without him literally going into your mind.
I will ask him to pull out a map, and if Coraline and Helga don't stop me, then I will show him exactly where the village is.
Okay.
I think Coraline will let you do it.
Okay.
Yeah, stay quiet.
Okay.
You, or Thatch and Thasmalek, first name Vectus, will get all of this information out in the open and in the clear after about 2 hours of him pestering you, standing in the communication room with this guy terrified to leave his chair. He was just like watching things above his pay grade unfold. Vectus will go and grab communicators and just start talking with people, inserting codes that many people probably shouldn't be seeing right now. And after about an hour or two, someone else will arrive. Krun is there as well. He disappeared for like 20 minutes or so, getting lost, but he's back in the communicator room too. Looks like some guy, some guard-looking dude, like found him and dragged him here when asked. Yeah, well, you know, they're best friends now. That's all I can say. But the architect herself, Mary Kelron, will arrive with her bodyguards and greet you. Well, greet her advisor first, and then look at the others. This is Thorzor's city head, their leader. Type.
I will introduce both Helga and Coraline, telling them all the
Rude.
goodness that the board
What
are.
is happening?
I will introduce Coraline and Helga, letting Architect Kelron know they are from Tolst and part of the team that I have been assigned to, and that they have helped us procure this information for Thor's.
What? What information?
I will
I've
work
heard
over
that
with you.
my advisor was in the communication room for whatever reason.
Is Vectus still there?
Yeah, he's standing there and he's like, "Ah, yes, Mary, why don't we reschedule and I will meet you, in your work area tomorrow morning? And she, like, looks at her watch and is like, it's already 6 p.m. Can we just talk now? It's like, okay. And Falzamalek will leave the hallway, and they will begin speaking, ignoring all of what you guys have been doing, and begin speaking about city planning and communications with other nations about farming technology. Mary has no interest, nor is it her job to deal with, I suppose, foreign affairs in the way that you guys are currently acting. And this becomes strange and apparent that no interest at all. Literally none. Like, someone will even bring it up. Falzamalek will bring it up, and it's like, so this food situation with Destry's like a squash, and she's like, okay, that's fine. Don't tell me anything more. I have other things to worry about. And it's just super compartmentalized, on topic, and after about a very short, maybe 10-minute meeting, she leaves. And
Are there any snacks? Sorry.
No, there's no snacks, Coraline. There's no snacks anywhere in Thorazor at all.
No, I was going to ask if this architect was eating during this meeting.
No.
Okay.
No one is eating, ever. Welcome to Thorazor.
Well, they're the elite. They should be pretty well fed.
They should be, and they're not. That's how bad it is, Coraline.
Satch, they don't seem to care.
Falzamalek looks back to you guys as Mary leaves. M-E-R-I, for those in chat wondering how to spell it. And he's like, so yes, Krun, you need information about how to set up your store? Is that what we're pretending it's called? Your warehouse? And Krun is just, like, kind of flabbergasted at what he's looking at. Like, yeah, I need to hire some locals. I hear that I can pay them in food. Is this a real thing? And the dude's like, yeah, yeah, man, it is. He's like, all right, cool. And they will begin talking about something completely different than mushroom grain that can turn warthogs into werehogs. What would you three like to do? Is your meeting is basically just interrupted and then over.
Is there a shiny key in the person's pocket?
Not that you can see.
Okay. Are we done here, Satch?
I'm not sure. I know that we're supposed to escort Krun and set up this meeting, and I imagine he's our ride home, but I don't know at what point they'll be finished.
I don't understand why this charade is necessary. I mean, Thorazor's airships. You slap a pirate flag on one, you send it to the Alcazans, they steal some food, you bring them back, you pretend it was a bad thing, and everybody's happy. You don't need a store or nothing.
Perhaps.
I like that plan.
Do you think we can get simple, one of these airships?
I mean, I bet you could.
We should try.
You should try. I'll watch.
I hear you.
Well, you have to fly with me.
Oh, yeah, I'll go with you, but I'm not gonna steal it. You can steal it.
Oh, that's fine.
Coraline? Don't steal an airship from my home.
I meant borrow. I meant borrow, of course.
We'll give it back.
We're just joking with you, Satch. You passed the test. We wanted to see if you were still loyal to the tyrant and wanted to keep him out of trouble, of course.
Yes, I definitely understood that that's what was happening.
Thatchy will be able to find an opportunity to ask, like, hey, what are we doing? And Krun will incredulously, like, just tell you guys to get, and he will find you. So, you know, there's that, I guess. Your family is right outside of town in Westglade, Thatch. Would you like to make a trip over there where the corporal...
I very much would like to do so. And I will tell Coraline and Helga that I have some personal business to attend to. And I'll meet you on the airship.
Of course. Actually, I have a distant cousin here, but I don't remember where they live. They have a house in the noble quarters. Can you point me to there?
You're in them. Welcome to the noble quarters.
I think I'll lead him out the door, and then I'll be like...
You turn back to the keep.
Like,
there you go.
I'll lead her out the door, spin her around to point back at the keep, and be like, there you go.
Oh, really? No, he lives in the very fancy place. Where's the fanciest mansion here? That's probably where he lives.
You can 480 her. You just fucking spin her around.
I don't think there are any fancy mansions here, are there?
No, there aren't. This was built by refugees and like a couple of competent people. There is a cool, what can I say? You know, there's like a haunted mansion themed hotel in the center of town.
I want to go.
Yeah.
I'll mention it. I'll be like, there's a haunted mansion in town, but we probably should wait till our entire team is here. It'd be much more fun to visit together. Run by a man named Smitty.
Oh no. That's canon now.
Which Smitty?
I can go twice. I will go now, and then I will come back again with everyone else.
Helga is into the paranormal. Hell yeah.
Well, then
is this
I know where I'll find
attraction,
and I'll point him in the right direction.
Okay. It's actually incredibly hard to miss. It is the only part of town that has, like, a full-on perimeter fence around it, and, like, hedge bushes that are, like, built in or around it. Or grown around it, I suppose, rather than built. It predates the entire city. This hotel has been here longer than Thorazor has ever existed. And because of that, everyone kind of like keeps away from it. It's like a third story. If any of you know like the Winchester House in America Land, it's very similar to that, where it's like, oh, there are doors built into the walls. What? Like, why? This is aesthetically unappealing, but also incredibly interesting. And Helga and Coraline can get lost in the day tour as Thatch heads out to Westglade. You have to go through the perimeter checkpoint. It's super simple. You are a soldier here, and you just...
Can I add just one thing, John?
Yeah, what's up?
During the tour, occasionally, Coraline will use her invisible mage hand to play with the tourist guide. Tug on an ear, ruffle her hair. Just to freak them out.
Yeah, you can freak out this, another giant, actually. The 6'6". No, how tall is Smitty? Smitty is the, like, head butler of the estate. Owner of Haunted TM Hotel. And so, like, when you mess with him, he'll, like, be over-exaggerated with like, oh my god, did you all feel that? That was terrifying! And, like, lead you to, like, portraits that are, like, magically animated to track you whenever you go anywhere. Potted plants, where the plants themselves are moving to latch onto you. But, you know, it's just, like, one or two vine. Like, who gives a shit? It's nothing restraining or dangerous. He's like, welcome to the blood room! And it's just, like, walls oozing with, like, red paint or liquid. It's just like, don't go in there! That's a spooky number! And he says, pointing to a door that says 1408. It's just a hodgepodge of all sorts of fantastical, spooky, scary tales, including two twins who speak in unison and try to scare you by literally just appearing in side hallways throughout your entire journey that seem entirely disconnected, but clearly are not.
So we have a good time.
Yeah, you have a good time.
Helga is fully invested and also terrified the entire time.
Remember,
regardless of how cheesy it is.
Your final words of advice as night comes down is, remember never to dance in the pale moonlight and run away from a red sky. And he just sort of closes the door. Or, I guess, gate, as the sun goes down. Meanwhile, Thatch, you go to Westglade. You can find the hovel in which your aunt is staying at. As John looks at the bad news he has for you.
Really? As I will go up to the front door, knock on it, and yell out for Margaret.
John's killing more grandmas, I see.
Indeed. You call out for Margaret. And I need you to roll me a 1d6.
Will do. It's a 2.
You see Margaret, and she stares at you, somewhat balking and stunned. And she's like, Thatch, I thought you were on a suicide mission to Tulst. To infiltrate their court and spy on them.
Well, I succeeded at that mission, at least for now, but it isn't a suicide mission.
Oh.
It's good to see you. Can I come in? I brought gifts, and I'll heft the 2 big sacks that I have on my shoulder with me.
You can see the clear hesitation in her face. Sure. Come on in, Thatch. She opens the door. Of course, it's barren. It's a crappy little hovel. This wasn't even her, like, first residence. This is just so they're out of the town and can potentially forage for stuff within the little stream that runs from the tributary lake all the way down to the other tributary or lake. These reservoirs of water, which sometimes have fish in them. You will immediately notice the absence of noise and excitement.
Looking around for my niece and my nephew, and I don't see them.
You do
Margaret.
not.
Where are the kids?
Aaron, or what's his name? Not Erica. John looks at the name. Was it Aaron?
Erica?
Evan. Evan is currently down in Dirkle. Since they have... Well, you understand how it is with small hands and their usefulness. Erica... and Thatch, give me an insight check.
I'm already sensing where this might be going.
Yeah. Thatch, Margaret looks like she is unable to cry with how tight her skin is against her face. But the clear grief that she is dancing around for you. You are her nephew, right? Or she is your aunt.
She is my aunt.
Okay. So yeah, you're her nephew. Is clear.
I'm very sorry. And I'll pull her in and hold her close.
Yeah. She hugs you very tightly, and she just does not have the ability to cry anymore, and instead will just begin to let out a whining wail informing you that Erica, your niece, has died. She has succumbed to starvation.
I'll sit there and I'll hold her for a little bit as I drop my sacks to the floor. One which has a few books for the kids with knowledge and information, for the hope that they could maybe learn something and not be forced to be mining or foraging or join the military or do anything other than the grunt and horrible peasant labor they were probably defined to. And the other one full of all of the extra food from our last mission that I was in charge of and I held on to. 30 pounds of rations. But for now, there's nothing for me to say.
There's nothing for you to say as you hold your aunt. And as the fading out commences, we're going to take a short break. And when we see you guys on the other side, the party can reunite. So, see you in a bit, everybody. Oh no! There it is. everyone, we're back. How fast forward should we go? Do we still want to take off from Thorazor immediately and just say you're all back in Tolst, or is there any last-minute Thorazorian actions you want to do? Thatch undoubtedly leaving what he took here for, you know, Margaret and...
Well, hearing about the air...
name, Johnny's gonna die, so...
Well, I know his name. His Evan.
Knowing about the airships, Coraline would take Helga to the airfield or wherever they have them, and maybe try to inquire, you know, how much it would cost to get one, even a bare bottom kind of model.
You have to go to Loxator or Lakeside to get to an airfield, and to do that, you need to cross a checkpoint that is manned by the military. And you're immediately going to find out that you do not have Thorazorian identification on you. You need Thatch to walk you through these gates. You have Mage Hand. Do you wish to keister someone? Because the last time you used Mage Hand...
does. She tries to seal and ends up goosing people, which is kind of which is fine. No, with Helga there with her, Coraline will behave.
Okay. You can meet...
I mean, if you asked, Helga would encourage you to do it.
And then Coraline will do it.
Alright, you start playing ass grab with the Mage Hand, and the guards will begin to chase you. Like, what do you mean?
It's an invisible Mage Hand.
Yeah, but it's not gonna take too long for them to figure out. They're like, okay... One of these people are spellcasters. They're trying to grab my ass. This isn't cool.
Well, hold on. We don't find out that there's like, a lot of sexual tension between the guards, and like they're finally acting upon it.
Why are you bringing the Thursday game into ours? Get that shit out of here.
Oh my god.
I'm shipping that right now. I'm shipping it.
The only sexual tension on the Saturday game is between my mom and...
The two guards look at each other longingly. Was that your hand? Or the mage in front of us?
I think we should go.
Yeah, let's go during this conversation.
You guys can...
These two
walk away. You guys can reconvene at the airship with Krun a few hours later. Does anyone really care about the operation that Krun has schemed up?
Coraline would be a little interested in, like, the broad strokes. Just like...
Okay.
In case there's...
Okay, if Thatch wants to hear it, someone can just point-blank ask him. He's like, oh, well... We have a little scheme on our hands, a little plot, as it were. We're going to buy airship parts, which we are going to sell for nondescript packages of food to the local government. Just do a quick, you know, good old one-for-one until, you know, more money can be used for other things. You know, money's being exchanged, but... It's basically, you know, they're paying us for food, and we're immediately spending that money here to get airship parts. What do you call it? Smuggle? Yeah, we're just smuggling.
Where are you planning on selling these airship parts?
Probably to Tolst. Seeing as the tyrant wants to build himself an air fleet. That or Maelstrom, probably. Maelstrom always loves that kind of technology. Even though they have their own, like, weird air fleet bullshit. Maybe they just like having it so other people don't. God, those fuckers are weird.
Well, the more reason to sell it to Tolst instead.
True.
More specifically, you could sell it to us, and we can make an airship.
Do you have several thousand gold pieces that I don't know about? See, that sure is that hesitancy, the question
Well, I tell you
Well,
what.
maybe we could get some.
We don't have thousands of gold pieces, but we do have members with very specific skills. And if you ever find yourself in need of members with specific skills, then you may want to come find us again.
I won't, because I have a job here, but you should go talk with Brun, or Arun.
Where might I find them?
Holst, I think.
Yeah, they're friends with your leader, right? Are you guys mercenaries? I thought you were, like, nationals of Tulsa, trusted with this mission. Like, you're part of his...
Hostage.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I know that. That's how I got my foot in the door here. But, like, he looks to Coraline and Helga, like, where are you two from? Is this, like... Am I being set up here? Am I gonna get arrested as soon as I go back to Tolst?
Out of
No, I'm
character,
from
that
Tulst.
was those names. So,
I'm actually from a small village out in the ocean, about very far away from here. And she kind of gets quiet.
Okay. Well, let's go back, Kron says. And you guys can fly. Not that... Oh yeah, you guys can totally make the journey back. It's only like 600 miles. Your airship...
So where were you...
Yes?
Sorry, were we gone a day?
Yeah,
Or is this a
basically.
day trip?
This was basically a day trip.
Oh, okay.
So all we really have to do is extend the long rest period by an extra day. And Helga
good.
can get her healing bullshit back.
Hell yeah.
So rather than the 24th when this would end, it will be on the 25th where the political team long rest completes. Oh, come on. LRC. There we go. And after that week is up,
Next 5 days.
you guys will get the preliminary report of Moru. And John will post that in your talking chat. Saturday channel.
Would Thatch have told us about his niece?
I don't know if I would have.
Okay.
Not yet.
I can only imagine what Coraline would say.
Do not worry. Still a very good broth.
There you
And
go.
by the look on JC's face. Yeah, don't let Revik near that body.
That is your Word document that I've just posted in your guys' chat. I will be releasing that into the Documents tab of our Discord once all the other parties have caught up to the 25th, so in about 2 months of our real lives. You may read that. It is long, but more or less it goes over the 7 days, 6 days really, of experimentation that Moru and her dryads have put with your samples. They messed with them. These are their findings. It's a little bit of fluff. You may choose to disregard it if you don't care.
Damn it, they didn't have enough. Ah, I knew that frog shouldn't have given away our package.
These documents, each one will arrive at your residence. And will kind of be the keystone of being like, alright, it's time to go back into work. That being said, there's only 5 more days until the Hullabalooza begins. The grand fundraising Tyrant on Ice show that everyone is beginning to get super hyped for. There are people out on the streets giving out flyers because the public is allowed as well. Other people from outside of states, outside of Tulsa, I should say, have arrived to see what is going on. Because a world leader, the Tyrant of Tulsa himself, is going to be performing for his city and the world. That being said, the Tyrant is spending this entire week practicing. He will not have time for anyone, really. which means a lot of the business is going to be fallen onto Ozark, which many people don't like for good reason.
Could I talk to Ozark?
Yeah, totally. Is this a group activity or just a private one-on-one?
If anybody wants to come. I mean, I'm not hiding. But...
Okay. You can go speak with Ozark, and if someone pipes up, we can assume they're there. You find Ozark's simulacrum.
Yeah. I ask about this suitcase thing happening over in not the Forge of Al, the Nevlator's Arsenal. Thank you.
Oh yes. The suitcase debacle, as it were.
What is this?
Have I not told you all? Wizards were getting sucked up by these random briefcases.
Yeah. The doctor was in there. Is in there. I don't know.
One is currently wedged within a, like, manhole or, like, sewer grate or something like that. I'm not sure exactly. But it's being guarded by a entity known as the Sewer Gigolo.
Paradigm looks ecstatic at the mere mention of this beautiful creature.
Wizards
There's also...
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, good.
There's also one with my other mother in Nevlator's. So there's two there, probably.
I'd like one
you
to
ever
study.
Contact her?
I did. She gave me a, the magical, I suppose, response telling me to fuck off, though.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah.
I could go in there and bash down her door. That seems fun.
If you could choke her out, that'd be amazing. You have that flail, right?
What's his name? The Artifice Man has it at the moment. I would like it back, though.
Yeah, you should go get it before he tries to murder his own wish that he has to deal with.
Yeah, Paradigm goes to fuck off and take his mace back from Weird Wheelchair Man.
Antoine, please continue.
Okay. Want to know the how these wizards are being trapped. Like, do they just suitcase fall on them? Do they step in some sewer and then they just disappear?
From what I understand, it is a combination of vacuum and pulling, like a great force. It would trigger, you know. I honestly don't know how it's opened. That's kind of one of the reasons why I want to study it. But from all of our understanding, it's just like a big vacuum cleaner that just sucks up wizards and anything near them.
Right?
If you want it to be, like, that's your choice.
Never mind, I take it back. I'm reading the document.
Okay. You can read the document.
I ask, when did they start? Just to focus, like a detective's asking, like, when did it happen? What situation do you think who do you think is behind this, behind the sewer gigolo? Is he a man, a person, some sort of turtle?
The sewer gigolo is probably the easiest thing for me to answer, because no one knows what the fuck that thing is. It lives underneath the, like, streets of Nevlator's Arsenal in the uninhabitable tunnels. Honestly, from all things that I understand, it is a monstrous entity that somehow has found peace within the city. My guess is man fell into the arcane sinkhole, but not all the way, and then he got twisted and malformed into some mutant madman. He could be immortal, too. He may be like a Class B immortal, where, you could murder him, but he just won't die out on his own.
Jerome style.
No, I mean, like, he won't age, but you can kill him. That is the theory. Because he runs from fire, so assumedly, he's afraid of fire. And if you're afraid of something, that usually means you You'll die to it. At least when you're a magical person like me.
Yeah.
That's why I don't run from anything. He laughs.
No, it's okay. I'm not I'm not so brave. The wizards who get kidnapped by these things, including our friend Paradigm's parents, have anybody been able to recover them?
No, we've had no way of contacting them at all.
Not at all, not even through sending.
No. We assume they're dead, but we assume a lot. These briefcases, no one's truly studied them. They seem to... The fact that there's still one or two out in Nevotor's is a concern. I'm not sure how they've managed to stay. Because several dozen wizards have been, like, noted within the entire continent of being sucked up. And then, you know, the briefcases just sort of disappear. Whether some rando just picks it up on the side of the street. It's kind of weird.
And this is it. That's all. Right?
That's all we know right now. We've been waiting for, you know, send resources there, but we keep getting fucking distracted with rats and fungus and birds.
Yes. One last question. Why do you want to figure out what's happening with these things? What is your personal interest in them?
What do you mean?
Someone you know get kidnapped?
Yes.
Somebody...
Many people I know got kidnapped. I don't care about
Somebody
them.
you care about? Yes, okay.
No. Yeah, of course not. No. It's just boring. I hate how boring it is. So, the world needs its wizards, Antoine. And it might surprise you, but there are surprisingly few left, and most of them are here right now. You, Paradigm, Meager, that little I mean, he's barely a wizard, but one day he might become a full-fledged one. Who else am I forgetting? The Gnome? Who doesn't like Ebor? There's not too many out there in the wild right now.
We are picked off, huh?
Well, there's everyone in Nevotor's arsenal, but nobody counts them. They're all, like, part of that city. They're all madmen. So, you know, aside from, like, right here at Nevotor's arsenal, there's maybe, like, 5 wizards of varying level out in the world.
That's all. Wow.
In other states, yeah. We have, like, 12 to 20 here, and in Nevotor's there's, like, probably 500 plus. So, you know. Yeah. There's only about, like, in the entire world, I think there's only, like, 17 people who have access to the 8th circle. And most of those are liches.
Hope. With hope, maybe there'll be 19.
Hopefully. If you last that long. He says, poking you in your stomach. If you don't fuck with fucking dimensions like Paradigm.
20.
I've already counted Paradigm out of that equation. He's gonna get fucking sucked up to another dimension. He's dead. We're just watching him now. Waiting.
And I heard one last thing. And it could be a rumor, but you said you were offering something for a reward.
What?
Involving the figuring out.
Did Runt say that? Runt is trying to bait people to take this mission so he doesn't have to. Because he doesn't want to deal with Nevotor's arsenal. Like a wise person would. If Runt told you that, he lied to you outright.
He directly told me this.
Yeah, he is a compulsive liar. Or misinterpreter of the facts, I should say.
I might be remembering wrong. I lost a wisdom point during that session of talking with him. But
I'm
that's
sorry.
Okay.
You should be careful.
I think Jerome took it. And anyways. All right, thank you for that. It seems dangerous, but it seems very important for one member of our party to figure out exactly
Just
what's
do
happening
not
there.
fuck with the Juggalos if you plan on going.
The pardon?
The Juggalos. You know, Clowntown's gang?
The Clowntown gang.
Look, consider this a mad prophecy from the future man, okay? Don't fuck with the Juggalos. And don't get the Juggalos and the Gigolos confused, because those are two different things. Alright, good luck. And he grabs your face and plants a kiss on your forehead. And then goes to dress up as the Tyrant so that he can take the place of the Tyrant while the Tyrant's at ice skating practice.
Okay, I rejoined my group.
Okay. Party, you have assembled. Many of you have had time to read the Word document. You stand in a room. Just Meza is currently here to oversee you, because the Tyrant can't. An Ozark Simulacrum can be summoned. But for right now, it's just Meza, and she immediately goes to high-five you, Revik, who has just gotten back from the woods.
Oh no, she's gonna get infected.
We put our regular gloves on.
Mm-hmm.
High five.
Yeah.
It's like, it says that they didn't get enough samples. Do we need to go back?
Probably not.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to grow more. It's just, this is gonna take a while, right? So.
Yes.
Apparently it doesn't take that long. This thing grows really fast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Quite a threat, to say the least. I'd like to know where it comes from. Or how it got here, or how did Aldrich get their hands on it? But I don't think we can do that without, like, a direct assault on their territory. And that will inevitably drag Destry into active war again, rather than the skirmishing we're doing.
Did we, I'm not sure if it was in the report, but we didn't grab any of the spores that the giant boar was made out of because we were worried we'd get infected. We burned it all. But
no, the bodies disintegrated by themselves.
And then we went to burn all of it after, right? Because we had mages that could do fire. The boars and the mushroom are linked somehow. If we find more of those boars, maybe we can find where the mushroom came from.
Maybe.
I mean, they were hungry for them for some reason. Specifically, those mushrooms. So.
I'd be curious if there are wizards, or perhaps Ozark is able to scry on the location of that village. See if anything has changed since we left.
He doesn't need to scry. Our scouts are able to inform us that the day after you guys got into our territory, Duke Aldrich has more or less closed down all borders, has raised his levies. They're doing mobilization efforts. They haven't yet attacked. They say they won't. But it seems to be they are on lockdown, as it were. Perhaps the forest fire gave you all away. Or maybe you missed something. It's a good thing you got out when you did.
They may know someone was there, but I doubt they know it was us.
That seems to be the case. Otherwise, we would undoubtedly have received news, war declarations, all that jazz to hype up, and Fresnoth would probably be working with them, and they'd sort of sandwich us and destroy us. Or at least the people there. Yeah.
Yes.
Getting better, guys.
Revik, next time you should wear your gloves, because you were dripping that slime all over the place. I think that's what gave us away. But no, it's not your fault. It's just how you are. And we forgive you. But just for next time, you know.
Oh, yeah. Thanks. Well, I'm glad that we can all learn from that experience. All of us.
Poor Rivik.
So, any idea what's our next mission? Or, oh, actually, this is a kind of like just when I was working on the Discovery team, we would find like relics and stuff to bring back, and that would sort of be how we could make some money. Is there like a reward for bringing back those mushrooms, or just, hey, we did it, good job, guys?
No, you're paid already. You get paid every month. Yeah, this is part of your
that's
duties.
Yeah.
You get paid?
Yeah. Do you not get paid in Thorazor?
Well,
They get paid in food.
We get to eat if we're
Oh.
working hard.
Thatch, I'm
Any
sorry
food.
that your country is a shithole right now. It's gonna get better.
I certainly hope so. See Thatch get very sad.
Everyone
Well, aside
watches.
from all this,
Thatch
Antwa
being
had a
sad.
good
Paradigm
point
doesn't
with
give a
bringing
fuck.
yeah, Paradigm's just, we're not doing this right now.
One comment. How an American comment, by the way.
Right? That was like, holy shit.
Well, Antwa had a good point
Get
when
rid
we
of
were
the
talking to
fucking
Ozark earlier
troll
about
face.
the
Oh my
attaché
God.
cases. They are a big danger to us wizards and the few we have. And if we have two, that's pretty good. Also, we could figure out that Gigolo's deal. God, that Gigolo, I've heard so many stories. He seems like a real interesting guy, man.
Oh, what?
The sewer Gigolo. He's quite the pariah in Nevlators.
The hell is a sewer gigolo?
If we can bring him back, you'll find out.
I don't think
Or
I
we can be
want
on-
you to bring him back.
I kind of
why?
want to, though.
What kind of
I think
gigolo
you're-
lives in a sewer?
A real fucked up one. I mean, man, he lives in Nevlator's sewers. They're nothing.
Like,
survives
isn't a
down there. It's
gigolo
full of-
just like a himbo, but more expensive?
That sounds like an insult.
Himbo is not an insult. I stand by that.
Yeah, it's not. Meza agrees with Elga.
I think Paradigm is. I think Paradigm's upset about the more expensive part. It's not the himbo part.
Well, that's the thing, right? Gigolo.
Anyway,
Maybe
those
I don't know what
attaché
that word
cases,
means
the
here.
sewer Gigolo Nevlators. I think Antwal would really like it there. It's wacky as fuck. I also really want to beat up my other mother.
Do we have time
Jeez.
before I thought Rivik had to be here for the 30th?
Yeah, I think in 6 days.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
If we wait
We
one.
can wait some days. I really want to see my sister.
Oh,
Remember that cave? We never went to the end of it.
There is also the cave.
If we could borrow an airship, we could get there and back in 6 days.
Oh no.
An airship
no.
in a car?
I think that ship has flown the coop.
We call it sailing in Hyperia. Yeah, your ship has sailed, Coraline. You fucked up. Message just like flat out.
The
tells you.
maintenance on that airship was terrible.
Coraline, you
that's
don't
shitty.
have to be so evasive all the time. I'm not condemning your failure. Just accept it and move on.
You're right. I should have seen this shoddy maintenance when I took control of the ship.
Yeah.
But I was so impressed by getting one of
The
Tolst's finest
the
that
shiny
I never thought to look
buttons
for the
that you,
broken screws. And
yeah. You know, if you didn't
Yes.
have to immediately be put into a containment cell because your following day you made an evil pact with some unknown god, you know, we might have actually like considered punishing you like through, you know, well, your money basically. But then, you know, it felt kind of like, why would we double decker when we had to put her in a fucking pod for 6 or so weeks?
And stick Alonso on the rest of the party.
She doesn't mention Alonso.
So, friends, what are we doing next?
Well, I'm intrigued. What is a sewer gigolo?
That's what I'm
Helga,
asking.
You would love him. From everything I've heard, you might even call him a best friend.
What have you heard about him, Paradigm?
Oh, he's got these weird extendable arms that just wrap around you. He's real nice. He loves friends. He doesn't have money. He loves making friends.
I thought we had to kill. So on the Discovery team,
Looks like an eldritch terror.
Was to kill him because he was such a problem.
He doesn't actively go out to hurt people. He just people take the wrong impression and just attack him on sight because he's able to survive in the sewers.
That was like a mission we had at one point. Yeah, we were supposed to attack him and kill him on sight. What? I don't mind.
Has anyone tried talking to him? Maybe he's a nice guy.
Yeah, talk with like a high explosive grenade. Yeah. Fuck this thing.
I think he kidnapped Fiddle's wet spot, and he's kidnapped many wizards. I think he's behind the wizard kidnapping.
Maybe. That's even more reason to find him and talk to him and ask him questions, rather than just kill him and get none.
Well, I do want answers. That's kind of what I want, but...
So we're in agreement.
I'm on board with the sewer gigolo plan. That sounds like fun.
Well, okay, but I feel I should mention that if sewers have water, water is not my thing no more. It's
really shit! Are you? Is it happening?
Yeah.
I thought water was your entire thing.
It was my entire thing. Turns out I've got really bad dandruff with water now. So
yeah, your skin's a lot more ashy too. Like
it's not
coarse
so
and rough.
Yeah.
Have you tried not touching it?
You know, Paradigm, sometimes it falls from the sky.
Do you know what an umbrella is? We live in the modern era. Do you not know what an umbrella is?
Get yourself a heavy-duty raincoat.
Yeah,
I point at Antoine. Get yourself a wetsuit like Antoine.
Yeah, Antoine, I like your wetsuit. We should talk sometime. But I guess we're gonna go kill a sewer gigolo in a very dangerous location.
We just need to get you some waders. You can go in a sewer, get some waders on.
Go crawdad, hun.
You guys are so lucky Revik is pre-vampire. So...
Is he like trying to bear his fangs at us?
Okay, I guess, sure, yeah, alright, we can go. Yeah, it's fine. I don't mind being in mortal danger at all times, it's fine. Oh, it's okay.
Thatch?
Do it.
As long as we can make it back in time for the show.
I mean,
you most definitely will not be able to.
I think this is for after the show.
It's almost 3 or 4 days flight there.
Can we cover Revik in some sort of hydrophobic grease, like a butter, like you know, maybe. Yeah, exactly. You know, something like this. Vinegar is unfortunately it works, but I think like like butter, grease, or oil or jelly or something like this.
Because the water won't penetrate the jelly, and therefore it should be fine.
We'll just find a nice ooze for you to slip into.
Okay, yeah, we're getting somewhere.
Perhaps you just need to expose yourself longer to water, and you'll develop a resistance to it.
I refuse. I'm sorry.
So, Coraline, you want to go to Nebulator's arsenal?
If
you
you
make
wish.
fun of as many wizards as you want.
I don't think the tyrant will let us go on our own, though. He probably has another mission, no?
think he's preoccupied at the moment.
He's gonna be pretty busy for the next
Like
week.
he won't be preoccupied after. I mean, because he's the after Tyrant on Ice. I don't think he's gonna have recurring like weekly shows.
Well, look, I talked to the Tyrant and Ozark about the cases. He wants them. Ozark wants them. Tyrant is curious also. It's something
Okay.
we ask.
All right.
Yes, but if we leave before, we won't be back for the show.
Oh, no. I'm saying we
After.
wait till after the show. I'm
Sure.
saying,
okay.
my sister's coming to town and everything, man. I can't.
She's
I
gonna
need to
see
convince her to move here.
What does your sister look like in terms of? Is she a horse too?
No, she is. She also looks like a frog. Her name's Karma.
She's a frog.
Oh, very cool.
Yes, my mother was transmutation wizard. She made us.
So she was into beastie.
Meza,
Oh,
you know I'm a Meza. You know I'm a homunculus.
you have a beating heart.
And
You're not a real homunculus.
then what am I?
You're you, friend. That's what she said.
You're the best you can be.
John,
We
did
like
I
you,
get my flail back yet?
No, you did not.
Oh, okay. I thought I did earlier.
So Coraline just had it the whole time.
No,
No.
it's with Arvo or one of his
Arvo.
apprentices.
The wheelchair man I might have to go break the hands of has it.
One of his apprentices. Who knows if it's coming back, Paradigm? You said he wanted to fight Irithyll with it, apparently.
So what's the plan? We just wait around and toast until the show?
Yeah, sometimes it's nice to not have to, go on life-risking missions.
True,
Speaking of that, I need to go
but sitting
find
around for a
Arvo.
week. Is there any way we could make some extra money while we're here? I know you've
I
been
hear the
talking about
Gucci
trying
gang.
Thatch, you're a little bit on the older side.
Oh,
There is
you
a-
thought he meant that, huh?
What?
The Gucci gang's a problem here. We could take them out.
No, but they do like such low crime stuff. Like the Gucci gang are
Bounty's
just
a bounty.
they're like 14-year-old kids running around pranking people with like mage hand. I mean, that's so immature. Who would do that? It's
That
not
didn't
know.
stop you in Destry.
It's terrible.
I'm not gonna fight a bunch of 14-year-olds.
That didn't stop Meza or Revik here in Destry from fighting.
Don't
Okay,
worry,
but it's
Helga.
stopping me.
Don't worry, Helga. In criminal years, they're at least 36.
I just don't think I could fight a bunch of kids. I mean, we're not gonna kill them, are we?
It sounds
mean,
like
yeah,
Paradigm
but
wants to
shitters.
kill a bunch of
Okay.
kids. Like,
I don't want to. No, they're
Paradigm,
close.
there's
They're
not
both
an
close, I
active
can't.
bounty on their heads.
Oh, I
You
don't
can't
care
just
anymore,
be a soldier and go into the city and start abusing authority. That's the
Meza, if there's no bounty, I don't give a fuck.
Then shut the fuck up. Why are you saying shit?
Oh, I thought that was a bounty.
Horse, it's gonna be okay, Paradigm.
What?
What?
Wait, what? Did I miss
What's
something?
happening?
It's gonna be
What?
okay.
What-
Meza
what is
seems
this
a little
moment that's
drunk,
happening?
guys.
What's happening?
She seems a little drunk, a little bit tipsy.
This
She's
was
been
a good-
drinking from a water skin that no one has identified what's in it.
I nudge Antoine. Try using hypnotic pattern on her.
I'm not gonna I'm not gonna do that.
You're not gonna attack Meza?
It's not
No.
an attack. It's just making her see pretty colors.
Why?
All right, meeting adjourned, everyone. Time to go to.
Wait,
time to
Revik,
go-
Revik. We gotta talk. We gotta talk. You and me, best friends.
Talk, talk.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's get out of here. Let's hit a bar or
Yeah.
something.
Hit the town.
All right. Meeting adjourned.
Meeting adjourned. Revik leaves with Meza, who seems a little bit buzzed No, she's full blown drunk right now, Revik. She just gets lost in the hallways immediately. Can't even find the exit.
I have cartographer. I'm sorry. Okay, we get lost a little while. We find our way back. We find a bar to get a little bit more drunk.
Oh God.
You guys go out into Tulse properly. Let's get the city map out. I've worked so hard on it and we never use it yet. You guys go southward a little bit, ignoring the graveyards. And Meza will explain to you, or I guess you'll piece together that she is being forced to go back to Destry, which she really doesn't want to do at all. And they're like, yeah, but they need you there, and, you know, you're like the leader of an entire company. And she's more or less been AWOL this entire time, for this past month, basically. Or a couple weeks, really. And she really doesn't want to go.
I know. It's not fun. If we find anything out about any of her sisters or anything, maybe we can get another Manticore plushie do or something. Like, it's not gonna be all bad, you know? It can't rain forever. Looks up at the sky. It can't rain forever. So, you know?
You know, those clouds on the horizon look a little bit foreboding now, right?
It's pretty bad for a little while, but we're gonna make it through it, okay? Like,
Oh my
hey,
God.
Meza, look at me. Meza, look at me.
She looks
You're
at
a princess, okay?
I'm a princess.
You're a badass.
I'm a badass.
You're gonna kick ass anywhere you go.
I'm gonna cast Chain Lightning right now.
Not in Tulsa, not in Tulsa, not in Tulsa.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So, it's just a lot of just reaffirming. At some point, I hold her hair back because she throws up. You know, tomorrow will be better.
Okay. You, Revik, no matter how much you drink, can no longer get drunk.
It kind of sizzles, actually, because it knows.
Strangely, no.
That's how we make money.
Drinking contests.
You got it.
So Paradigm needs to go get his flail back. The flail, the +1 can be replicated. The silencing of wizards is some old ass shit, and probably some occult bullshit that they don't know how to like suss out. The magic is too dense, and the weapon is a little like there's this aura around it that they have picked up on, and the immense hatred, or maybe just the fact of how many wizards this thing has killed, hasn't so much given it a personality, but is doing supernatural shit kind of on its own, and that is worrisome.
I will be taking that back, thank you.
You
and I
can
will walk
have
off.
it.
Knowing all this information, I'm extremely happy.
You can be happy.
You tell me they can replicate +1 flails now?
Yes.
Because I'll take a +1 flail if they can replicate it.
They need a weapon that can actually hold an enchantment, so they need a master-crafted flail, and those things are expensive. If you can find one or get one made, you know,
I wonder if this hatred
get one made.
rub off on me.
It already has.
I'm gonna be a self-hating wizard.
Oh,
Aren't
no.
you already?
You already are, yeah.
Yeah, I
You've
had that
been
realization immediately.
You've been drooling at the thought of shutting up a wizard and hanging them since you got your hands on that flail. I think you're rubbing off on the flail.
It's getting my ego.
Yep, that's the problem.
Helga, Coraline, Antwal, anything you want to do?
During...
You got 5 days to burn.
No. Continue. I was just gonna learn a spell or two, but no, that's it. Continue.
During the long rest while we were there, Coraline would often be on the edge of the spire, like wherever was safe to sit, and be staring out to sea. And then the last few days, she's been spending most of her time on the docks and coming back pretty late, probably smelling a little bit like fish. But other than that, she wouldn't have done very much.
You're just trying to swim and breathe underwater? Is that what's happening?
Maybe.
Okay.
I think during this time, Thatch will find his way to a barracks or a training yard or something for any soldiers that are in Toast.
Yeah.
But at this point, I have a little frustration to get out, and I have the very urgent need to hit something. And so I will train with soldiers and spar and do something to try to let out some of my frustration, anger, and
yeah.
That's how I would spend my time.
You find living, breathing people, ignoring the illusions Ozark can make, and you hurt them, Thatch, because you yourself are in pain. Helga?
I mean, as per usual, Helga's at her parents' house, but also, at some point during the 5 days, she'll invite anyone who wants to from her team to come over to her parents' house for dinner because she's trying to convince her mom that her job is not as dangerous as she thinks it is.
Paradigm will definitely go.
We need to do that right now.
Yeah, I'm not passing up free food.
Okay, before everybody goes into her house, Helga gives them a quick briefing of being like, okay, when you're talking to my parents, you're all combat medics and we don't actually do any fighting.
Should I leave my
Yeah, I appreciate it. I really I don't want to. Food tastes awful to me now, so I don't want to offend your parents. I'll just duck out. It's cool. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Combat.
Okay.
I say combat medic. I have a doctor of medicine from the big city. I'm not a combat medic.
Wait, you have a PhD?
Yeah.
I studied so long in the big city.
He got in the Forge of Alvin.
Tattooed on his arm.
How did you get into med school?
His diploma is
It's sewed into my royal garb. It's like
underneath your Power Rangers.
just have a high intelligence. That's it. You know, they'll accept people if you're good at learning. I mean, right?
Well, that just seems a little bit mean. You can tell them you're a full-on doctor. You can tell them you're a full-on doctor if you want. Just don't tell them that we do any direct fighting.
Oh, but we do direct fighting.
I know that, but they don't.
She wants us to lie, Antoine.
Ah, okay, I getcha. Why? All right, do you want me to be a box? I can be a box. Then I'm a box.
Don't be a box. I don't want my parents to know I invited a box to dinner.
Are you sure they have room for everybody at your table?
What day do you want to do this?
What day is everybody free?
You have between the 26th and the 30th.
Either first one or the last one, like before, either right before or right at the start. It's
the night before the ice skating.
Okay.
Sure.
Well, Paradigm, you may be a little bit distracted because your sister contacts you with like a inner city communicator, basically a payphone, and like calls the frequency you gave her, basically, and says like, "Hey, I'm in town with all of my friends. What should we do? Where should we go?"
How many of you are there?
There's 8. This is a full-on, like, quarter sorority of her college coming to come see.
I invite them all to Hell's dinner.
Hell yeah!
Yes! I'm absolutely okay with this.
Alright.
What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus
Revik,
8,
does this change your mind?
Of us?
No, I was like, do you want me to take them? Maybe there's a few bars I know. If you're busy with Helga's thing, it's okay. It's not a problem.
My parents probably won't notice that you're not eating if there's this many of us.
Oh, hey, yeah, sure. Why not? I'm combat medic Revik. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Paradigm, your sister and her friends also to say that they're combat medics.
there are students, right? Yeah, okay, that's good.
Yeah,
Sure.
they are students,
Oh,
yeah.
actual students.
All of you are
Perfect.
combat medics, not
Okay, so
target sorcerers.
explain to me how you guys meet up with this party of young sorceresses.
Are they all just like coming in from the airship terminal?
Where do you want to meet them? They called you. They're in the city.
Well, I mean, they don't know how to fucking get around.
True. All right, you can
Yeah.
I'm
go.
calling you.
I'll go pick them up from the airship terminal and lead them to Helga's house.
Are they also all frogs?
No, they're not. We call them humanoids here in Klovisa. You go and pick up your sister and her 7 friends, because there's 8 of them in total, and they're like looking around the city. They are full on tourist mode, because to them for right now it's spring break. They're gonna go see the Tyrant on Ice, a world leader, a quantified hottie go skate, and maybe cast magic. Who knows what's going on? Like, magical night tomorrow, hanging out with also magical horse brother today. Oh my god. Your frog sister will follow you to Helga's house, Helga's house, where her parents and little brother are, and dog. Who could forget the dog? Herbert the dog. Thatch, you arrived to this address. Are you in, like, full armor? Like, sword and shield?
No, I don't think I'm in full armor, but I think I would ask Coraline along the way, be like, how do we explain away the fact that I am in medical school? As I'm, like, maybe 20 years older than Helga. And also
You had a change of careers. You thought carpentry was too dangerous with all the sharp... No, that doesn't work. Perhaps you were a miner.
Ooh, maybe I got a really bad splinter one day, and then a combat medic fixed it for me.
Fucking Antoine rolls up with all of his herbology kit, just walking in pace with you.
Not to be a bunch of sorceresses with drugs.
Hell
But
yeah.
yeah, I would go with the second devotion, second career.
Maybe I'll just tell them that I carry all the patients around the hospital.
In orderly. Oh, there we go.
Orderly. Yes.
You guys can wind at... just show up, I guess, at Helga's place sporadically. So, like, Coraline, Antoine, and Thatch will be there first. Probably at, like, 5:30 to, 6. And, the table will be set for, like, what would it be? It would be 6 plus 4, so 10 people. And then, wine is being had. The dad is, like, talking with Thatch about tools and mowing lawns and stuff like that. Just regular dad things. While Coraline is being introduced to Helga's mom and little brother, who's just, like, wide-eyed staring at you.
Helga, you're going to see Coraline a lot happier than you've seen her for a while. Like, she's a lot more involved than she tends to be with other people.
Anchois, the dog, is just, like, barking at you specifically. Maybe it's your Power Rangers morph suit or the drugs that you have stashed on your person to sell off the fact that you are indeed a witch doctor. What's happening with the glasses on your screen?
He's done too much weed. He's starting to melt.
But yeah, you guys are having a wonderful
Wow, this stuff is really a lot.
The first 45 minutes are going great when the doorbell rings, and there is Revik, Paradigm, and 8 other people who show up. Paradigm may have been like... Maybe he didn't tell you the full numbers? Maybe... like, you see 8 humanoids in tow with him, and the prettiest frog girl you've ever seen. Revik, undoubtedly brooding as a vampire would, he will show up last in the back of the pack.
I've already explained to all of them that the tyrant is my dad.
Oh, okay. So, like, you just follow Paradigm and this group of teenagers. Just like, yeah, the tyrant's my dad. Like, oh, really? That's weird.
Yeah. Afterwards, I'm gonna get my friends some VIP passes. We're going in the back.
Oh, you're the inn. Cool.
Yeah.
Can I get a charisma check from you of some kind, Revik?
Oh my god.
As
Okay.
this frog, this beautiful 18 hotness frog sister of Paradigm, crafted to look as hot as... Oh my god, you have otherworldly glamour, so you get advantage? No, you add your wisdom.
Okay, hold on.
Add advantage just because you're another frog. Yeah. Oh my god. Revik! During this time, you know, Paradigm's like having a half conversation with his sister, who is like constantly being distracted by you whenever you're talking to one of her friends. You know, you're like, you know, I can get us backstage passes, you know, Tyrant's my dad. And, like, Paradigm, you're, like, having a harder and harder time, like, keeping your sister focused on, like, you know, catching up or spending time with you. And how does that make you feel?
You know what? She's her own person.
Aw,
She can make her own mistakes.
Oh, my. How nice.
Yeah, I'm not
Will
so.
inform all of them he is a vampire, though.
I'm not so good with water right now, but I figure in a week I should like start sparkling in the sun or something. One of those things.
Yeah, he'll also
Oh,
be
you
drinking your blood.
You drink blood? That's so cool.
Oh.
She said.
Yeah.
Are you like a vampire frog, like down in you know, City of Blinding Lights, or?
Wait, isn't he like 5 feet tall now?
Yeah, he's 5 feet tall. He's like oh, what was the weird bouncing frog thing from a Disney movie? I can't remember, but
The frog that pretended to be dead whenever anybody but the owner would look at him?
I have no
Are
idea.
those like mechanical frogs from Spy Kids that jump really high?
Whatever the sort of frog you are, she just like a tree frog thing right now, right? This other frog lady looks at you. Do frogs have eyelids? They must, right? They're animals. I don't know frog
Those
biology,
really thin
guys.
ones that kind of
Most-
like go.
This one
Most
does.
frogs have transparent
Well,
eyelids.
she's fluttering her eyelids at you with every word you're saying, Revik. Intentionally or not, you have charmed this young lady. And then, you know, Julia's mom will be like, "Oh my god, Julia, you invited your whole school? They're all combat medics?"
Oh, yeah, I didn't know everyone was gonna come.
Henry!
This is my
Henry, we gotta get the
class.
bigger table out from the basement!
I'll help you.
Thatch can help your dad carry out like this wonky ass table that's way too big, and you guys can have a lovely night, I suppose, of pure chaos. As like 8 sorceresses show up and are like messing with your parents, because you know. Paradigm's like, "Hey, can you guys pretend to be combat medics?" And they're just like, "Yeah, so there we were, dropping from an airship, casting featherfall on ourselves, and firing firebolts. Helga was shooting rays of froth."
I don't even have that spell.
Well, they don't know. They think you're a sorceress or something.
Oh.
All they heard was combat. They don't care about the medics. Like, yeah, we're super secret agents of the Tulst army.
Oh, no.
Like, yeah. And they're like, "No way. Were you guys deployed in Destry?" And they're like, "Yeah, totally. We went and they
Paradigm's just
continue.
gonna go along with it.
Yeah. Your brother is just like, "What is happening? There's so many people here." Completely disturbed and like somewhat sullen by like how no one's paying attention to him, because your brother's an attention whore. Let's be like completely honest. and now there's just all these important and cool-looking people before him. Many 18 pluses just here. At least 3, because the horse is there. Because the horse's sister's there, and Coraline has, like, supernatural hotness. So he's just like, oh my god, there's so many cool people. And apparently this weird frog guy who looks like he's turning into, like, a statue is literally, like, the tyrant's son. Like... at the end of the dinner, the girls want to go out to actually party rather than just mess with someone's family. So they're planning to do that and then go to a hotel that they booked in advance. Who wants to stay with Helga's parents? Or is there going to be an after party?
Where's Karma going?
Karma is going wherever Revik's going.
Revik starts to leave, and then like he wants to go home, and you know, like Karma's approaches, right? And he goes,
Yeah.
"Oh wait, so like the whole thing about being a vampire is that we break bonds, right? So like we're not allowed to have friends. So you gotta you should go with your friends since you still can."
She looks at your broken and stoic disposition and heart, and you can just see her, like, heart bleeding for you. It's like, you don't have to break this bond. We just met.
Oh, yeah, we just met. Maybe one day we'll meet again on the other side. And then
Are we seeing you tomorrow?
Turn and walk away.
You just walk away coolly into the night. Karma stands there with a hand on her heart, watching as you just fade away into the darkness of the city. And she... You burn a spell! You fade away into a fog that just sort of rolls in from the ocean as your Pass Without a Trace goes off. She turns to you, Paradigm. She's like, Paradigm, who was that?
That was our vampire frog that recently joined us.
He's so beautiful. His soul, oh. She starts to
He doesn't have a soul anymore.
Yet his heart's so broke. She is just like going full on like fangirl of Revik as she looks to you, Paradigm. Fuck.
No, I can't focus.
What the fuck is happening?
Intro got into good stuff.
As Karma is turning to leave, an invisible mage hand will deliver a small piece of paper into hers, and it's just gonna say, Revik the Vampire, Tyrant's Court, room 1303.
Oh my god.
As Karma's going to leave, Paradigm will put a hand on her shoulder. If it's meant to be, you'll see each other again.
Yeah, aren't we seeing him tomorrow?
I don't know. He might not be there, honestly. He might have vampire shit to do.
Well, he just said he'd get us backstage passes.
He says a lot of things.
I'm gonna write him a poem, she says, as she leaves with her friends.
Paradigm's disappointed. The first time ever he's disappointed in his sister.
You are disappointed in your sister, who looks to be in love, Paradigm. You, this cold-hearted, ruthless wizard, get to feel the same parental disappointment that your mother constantly felt for you.
I'm my mother!
That flash of insight. Wow.
That's what truly gets him to level 6 right there.
There it is. Like, I'm becoming my mother. And then just the world collapses and echoes in your head.
Time blinks just to get away from the world.
Yep.
Perfect.
Please subtract your spell slots.
I already have.
No spell slots.
Good. Antoine, you are investigated because you are a peculiar person and you also say you have an actual doctorate degree. So Henry, Helga's parent, is...
He's choking.
Yeah.
I thought Henry was the dog.
No, that's Herbert.
Yeah, that's Herbert.
They're all
It's Helga, Henry, Herbert. What was your mom's name? Helen. And what's your brother's name?
Hubert.
Was he Henry?
No. Wait, it's Henry, and one of them is Hugo. My dad is Hugo. My
Hugo.
brother is Henry. The dog is Herbert, and my mom is Helen.
There
the
we
last
go.
name is Henderson?
Hollowhorn.
Hollowhorn. A family of alliteration, to be sure. Antoine, you are approached by Hugo during this night, and he's like, "Where'd you get your doctorate's degree? And what have you been smoking in my house?"
Broken.
Something I picked up in the forge. You know, I was there. That's where I met the group. You know, we're studying.
Oh,
Well, something we do over there. You know?
yeah, I do. Do you have any more? Yeah.
Hey.
Dad, no.
You're not
Puff,
there.
puff, pass. You know.
Hell yeah. You guys can go to the backyard. He will bust out, like, cigars, beer,
yeah.
and all the older dudes who want to show up and smoke all sorts of substances can go to the backyard with the dog and shoot the
Thanks.
shit in the night.
Paradigm will ask if you have anything
There you
stronger.
go.
I have scotch.
Antoine, you got any mushrooms?
You know,
Whoa, man, we
I
don't
have-
want to, like, fully trip here. I'm not gonna, like, this is a... We're winding down.
He wants to take mushrooms while blinking in and out.
Oh, okay. So, like, he goes to hand you something, and you just blink out, and he just drops just a beer bottle on the fucking floor.
You'll see Antro like pass the one to me, I'll toke it, and then it'll just fucking disappear.
Thatch, do you consume narcotics?
Pass. I got another one. No, it's okay. Yeah,
After
it's
last
okay.
week,
Just
Badge
pass.
is
Hey,
not
you
touching
need some?
mushroom.
Okay.
Some.
Oh my god. Fucking
Take,
hammer.
there you go. Here, have some. Take it. You know, take some. It's all good. All right. Thank you.
Well, with Revit gone for the
That's it,
night,
there you
Coraline will have, I guess you can have a conversation with either the brother or mom, if you want.
Coraline's gonna talk to Helen and be like,
Oh,
don't-
how's
don't
it
worry.
going? Oh wait, no, she
Oh,
has
it's going
a
good.
squirrely voice. Henry, hi there,
There it is.
Coraline. It's so nice to meet you.
"Oh, it's very nice to meet you too. Helga's a very good friend of mine. I'm sorry we haven't.
She's told
gotten
me
to
so
meet
much
before."
about you and how you're like helping her out. And well, I guess she lied to us when she said she was in school. So maybe all the stories we heard about you helping her with her math homework were fake.
Well, I do my best. You know, we help each other out. She helps me with my bandaging technique, and I help her with the equations.
What? Is that really? I thought that was a farce. She, like, my daughter's not in actual medical school. She's a medic?
No, during our training, we did have a little bit of math in the
Oh.
training.
I see.
But recently, we've been doing very safe missions.
Yeah, like, apparently jumping from airships and fighting evil warlords?
Don't listen to the young ones. They're first years, and they can't wait to finish their training. They just like to over-exaggerate. And I think they drank a little bit with the horse before coming here.
I wouldn't be surprised. We all know horses are avid alcoholics, don't we?
Don't snort any of the powder he might have with him. It's very bad for you too. Trust me, that comes from a very good combat medic.
Oh, don't worry,
Helga.
Hugo.
Best
when
I've
I
ever
first
seen.
met Hugo, she will tell you the story of how she met her husband, who was apparently a crack lord of some kind.
Oh,
Before
Wait,
he
hold on,
went
what?
like straight and narrow for his wife and kids when Helga was about to be born.
I have some questions for Hugo.
Was I aware of that?
No. She is telling this purely to Coraline in trust. Yeah, when I was pregnant with Helga, Hugo thought it would be a good idea to, leave the state that we were in, because his gang would have probably killed him if he had wanted to go legit. So now we're here.
well, he did a good thing keeping his family safe.
Yeah, it's why we're really upset that Helga joined the fucking task force and told Army without telling us.
Well, I can't say it's a good thing that she lied to you, but it was for a good cause. She's saved many lives, and as you can see, she's perfectly safe. Don't worry. I do everything I can to protect her.
She believes you intrinsically because you're so damn pretty.
Pretty people don't lie.
They don't, no.
Not at all.
Well, you can have an awkward conversation with her. I suppose her little brother just, looking about for his sister. Helga, where are you in the house? Are you just seeing people out, or...
I'm, going back and forth between whatever's going on in the backyard, because I'm curious about it, but also making sure my mom is okay and nobody's telling her anything bad.
Yeah.
I'm, going back and forth.
You can trust Coraline. She, clearly is just engaged with your mother in a very, compelling one-on-one conversation.
At one point, we're at the kitchen sink, and Coraline's showing her with shape water how she cleans wounds with making the water snake around to avoid certain parts.
Nice.
It is super sick. And your brother grabs your leg, Helga. How old's your brother again? He's 13. So I guess he just pokes you. He's like, Helga, who are all these people?
Were you not listening? They're my coworkers.
They don't seem like your coworkers. They're way too cool to be associated with you.
I have never been more offended by something that came out of your mouth.
But you're so boring. What? Now you have all these pretty people here?
Yeah, I attract pretty people. I'm a cool person.
No, you're not.
Well, whatever. You're not cool. You're not cool either.
Yeah. Okay. What the fuck?
That should have offended you more. Why are you not offended?
'Cause
I'm offended.
I'm just stunned. I should join the task force, he says.
No, that's not what you should be getting out of this.
No, you did.
You-
And I kept your secret for you. And now you know all these fucking pretty people. This is so cool.
Yeah, okay, but this is not.
Do you think they have
for
a
the
child
task
soldier
force.
division?
Stop!
That's
You're
a
not
walk
doing
by.
that. You can't do that to mom and dad.
Are there hunters who are 15 there? I'm almost 15.
No, stop. You gotta stop, buddy. You can't. You heard what they said. If we die, they're killing themselves.
Well, he just kind of trails off after that. Well, you got to lie to them. That's not fair. I should be able
I'm
to lie to them
older.
too.
I'm older. I'm allowed to lie. You're 13. You can't lie till you're older.
That's not true. I lie all the time. I'm doing it. Why are you lying to me? I thought we were honest with each other.
You're right. I'm sorry. Listen, honesty, brother to sister, honest. Please don't join the task force.
I won't
I am
if you get me backstage tickets to, you know, the Tyrant on Ice.
I will do my best to get you backstage tickets.
Hell yeah. He'll settle for that. Your brother rolled greedy and manipulative for his traits.
Oh.
Fucking Henry. With promises made of that, we are quickly approaching our 8 o'clock cutoff time. So, guys, we will be picking up next week the day of Tyrant on Ice, where he is apparently going to skate for Revik's soul. It will be a weird night of celebration, undoubtedly confusion, and who knows what sort of things may interrupt it as a world leader becomes, well, is going to be in a known place where he has advertised himself going to be. Only cool things can happen there, right?
Hell yeah.
It's a good thing we
Attempts on those pockets.
all hit level 6. No, we didn't.
Nice.
Oh, shit. Half of us hit level 6, so hopefully everything will go okay.
Can't wait.
With that
Oh,
being
by the
said...
way,
Oh, yeah.
I was gonna let's say before this whole thing, I said I wanted to learn a spell, a 1-level spell.
Oh my god. Can it wait till next time?
Yeah, it can. It can.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
it was just
Is it Fireball?
no. It was,
Then I don't care.
Absorb elements.
No.
Absorb elements.
You have too many first level spells anyway. You've got like 25 or something.
That's a really good one too.
It is a good one. Guys, we will see you next Saturday. I think this Friday, or next Friday, I'm going to be on Greg's? On the 27th? When is that? That's 6 days from now. So yeah. On the 27th, I'm going to be on Greg Hansen's. Just playing. I'm just living my life, I guess. So, we will see you all tomorrow with our last mass combat playtest, where we throw dragons at ogres and ogres at people. Or so if you can make that, please do. If you can't, then, you know, no big deal. It's just a fun mini game that we're doing. Monday, the raid team continues. God, I can't even remember what the fucking raid team... Oh, the raid team was going to go meet hell, I suppose. They're going to die. And then on Thursday, the Discovery team gets to see what happened to Nav when he put on his gimp suit for the first and last time.
Nav?
Nav,
What
yes.
about Meager?
Meager should be fine.
We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see. Guys, until next time, thank you all so much for joining me, and as always, don't die. Peace out, everyone. Woo.
I